need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
What up, man? The real Coach JB. My main man, Big Smitty.
Are y'all ready for this?
Run like something to prove it. Came to a conclusion that is Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to your side. Worldwide, we in your city. Keep it 150. We never change what's happening. Hurdle link
In any metric, Coach, you cannot have Russell Wilson.
Nick gave me my first offer. Like, you got to have that store. You got to be marketing.
Hockey, football, baseball, then basketball.
Oh, I love this fucking show so much, man. Are you mixing light and dark at 11 a.m.?
I'm elated that I can be able to coach, that I can be able to mentor these kids, and give them everything that I've learned over the last 20 years.
Get Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the ass a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed the ass a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
You are now tuned in to the Coach JB Show.
What up? The real Coach JB here, man, for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We are proud to announce we have a new ad sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports DFS platform in North America. We are one of the easiest and most exciting ways to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. PrizePicks is a skill-based, real money daily fantasy sports game. How does it work, you ask? You pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go more or less than their PrizePicks projection, you will win. Players can choose from a vast selection of sports and stat types not offered anywhere else. PrizePicks offers projections on any sport that you watch. This includes college football. We're about to start up. Pro hockey, pro basketball, pro football. NFL season is here. Plus pro baseball, pro golf, men's college basketball, NCAA tournament, plus women's college basketball, soccer, women's pro basketball, esports, pro car racing, tennis, MMA, boxing, disc golf, you name it, we got it. Short, fat, skinny, and tall, PrizePicks does it all. And I just got to be honest, dog. I started doing PrizePicks and I won instantly. And that's why I am endorsing PrizePicks to the fullest right here on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. Go to PrizePicks.com/Coach JB and use Coach JB as the promo code for a first deposit match up to $100. So go to PrizePicks.com/Coach JB and use code Coach JB for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks is the best betting app online in North America. Go get it and do what Coach JB and Big Smitty does every day. We bet PrizePicks. Head on over there, PrizePicks.com/Coach JB and get you $100 match right now. Appreciate you. Peace. We in the building. Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. It is Fearless Friday. It's Free Game Friday. And it's Fired Up Friday. And I'm fired up. I'm fired up because we got a lot to discuss. We got a lot going on. Before I bring Big Smitty in, let me introduce the show real quick. Before I introduce my main man from the East Side, Naptown, Ball State legend, Fox Sports extraordinaire, Big Smitty. I got to break this down real quick before he enters the chat. Joe Burrow, done for the season. Ravens get a huge win at home. Lamar's hurt too. And why is Lamar running around up 14 under 4 minutes left? When you know you ain't got a backup. Snoop Dogg stopped smoking weed. Americans holding Chinese flags. Jim Harbaugh pleads the fifth. The Big Ten says that's all we wanted. But hold up. Wait a minute. The NCAA is now going to step back in. What a joke. The dirtiest hit we've seen in a while. Pitt versus Boston College game. We're going to break that down. And is RG3 the biggest clown on planet Earth? A JUCO fight caught on tape. I got it. Lakers making moves. Stephon Diggs once again plays the blame game and takes the heat off himself being a shitbird. And Andre 3000, we've been waiting all 20 years to come out, and his album is mid.
I got 3 stacks. He's dropping a flute album today. What's going on, JB? How you doing, man? Naptown legend. We in the building. Free Game Friday.
I had all that in my mind. I had to drop that real quick. Because I didn't want you to come in, interrupt me with your like no sound, bad backdrop, and just fuck up the vibe. You know what I mean? With your hairline being all fucked up. I didn't want to fuck the line up, so I just wanted to introduce that show. Everyone first, they got everything. What we're going to talk about now, the show is yours, because now this is where the Big Smitty part kicks in. So I already done my job again, holding it down. I explained the tournament yesterday. This is how basketball plays now. That's how we watch the NBA now. I got all that shit going on, man. I'm on TikTok live. You know, it is what it is.
JB, look, this is the realest show on planet Earth, man.
I can't wait to see you in person. Be calling young black men out their name on hood. All right, blood, show up. Got me fucked up. Any day you feel froggy, leave. I'll drop you my address, homie. We got it all. Short, fat, skinny, and tall. We doing big things in here. Big Smitty, we got a lot going on, man. I just can't wait to dive into the thumbnail with Big Michelle. Michelle gonna drop in first hour. She gonna talk about Jim Harbaugh pleading the fifth. Woo! So wait up. So Harbaugh pleads the fifth, says I ain't gonna go to court today. I'm not gonna coach tomorrow. I'm not gonna coach Ohio State game. Trying to figure out that would suffice. The Big Ten is cool. That's it. By the way, they dropped it without prejudice. Means you can't even bring it back up.
Right.
So it's over.
I thought so.
It's over. So, but it ain't over. Because the NCAA now is saying, hold up, we're going to investigate. The Big Ten part's done. But hold up, didn't the Big Ten suspend them? Not the NCAA?
So you right. So how NCAA, they stepping into some business that ain't got nothing to do with them. I don't know, man. If the Big Ten and Michigan agreed that we was going to be good, it's almost like if me and you was beefing, right, over some money or whatever, we decided, privately, we negotiated, we figured out something that worked for both of us. And then Marcellus or Big Mac, somebody jumped in and said, "No, fuck that. I want to fight you now." Like, hold on, we cool. We ain't got nothing going on. It's in between me and JB. I don't understand that, JB. That's crazy.
I don't know what's happening, man. All I know, it sounds like a big witch hunt. It sounds like a straight mockery. I'm sure he'll be back after in the playoff if they make it. I think they're going to win out still. I still do truly believe they're going to win out. But if they don't, it just became insurmountable. It became insurmountable with all the drama. My mic sounds fucked up.
Keep talking.
They're saying my mic sounds fucked up. JB taking something I didn't think about, but damn, sounds fucked up. I don't know. You hear me?
It's probably my sound. Your sound good on my end.
My mic sound all right. Everybody's saying it sound fucked up. Hector said I'm good, so I'm good. Hector know the real. I'm good. Shit, that's all.
Hector always keep it real. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't need none of that. Everything else, fucking, I don't care. Man, I'm just trying to tell you. TikTok going on me today. The dick writers came out on TikTok today. Friday though, you know what I'm saying? Because they all live with their mama. So
yeah,
the TikTokers live with their mama. Then all they do is steal Amazon packages by day. Right. I wish y'all would come to my house and try to steal my Amazon package. And then by night they live at mama house, and then they go out and then they sit in the car and then they smoke weed, they smoke the vape, and then they eat Taco Bell, and then they just talk shit. That's all they do. So they don't do nothing. They don't work. They don't work.
Right.
So, somebody said major echo. Somebody said I'm good. And breaking the cars, Alan. Yep, you're right. TikTokers, that's what they are. By the way,
the echo was my fault, y'all. It's gonna be different next week, though. I promise.
By the way, I gotta be honest. Fuck TikTok. I don't give a fuck if they ban me or not, homie. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen this in my entire life. My brother, my daddy, my other brother, everybody been in the armed forces. We've been knowing that China is a communist country, and I never in my day, in my life, thought American soldier would be holding a communist Chinese flag as Biden and the president of China walks in. I never seen nothing like it, homie. I don't know where to even start. I can't believe that right there. I'm very, 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 very disgruntled this morning. I don't even know what to say. What the fuck's going on? I don't know what. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. I never seen nothing like it in my entire life. I know everybody turned over in their grave. They fought for this country, especially my dad in the Korean War. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck we doing. Like, I don't get it. Michael Rappaport, who I'm cool with, has even made a TikTok and a DM and an Instagram talking about he would vote for Donald Trump. He hate Donald Trump.
Right.
That's how bad it is. Like, is this cat sabotaging us? Like, they I don't know, dog. I didn't get too many politics, but I've never seen nothing like that right there. I just had to let that one be known. I can't believe we got an American soldier holding a communist Chinese flag. I don't even know why they're here. First of all, I don't even know why.
I have no idea either.
Like, we're this far away from going to war, but we got them on our soil because they buying all our farmland. Man, nobody want to talk about it, but it is what it is.
Man, ain't no telling what's going on, man. I try to stay out the way, but I do need to start tapping in and paying attention before some shit go down, and not be surprised. You know what I'm saying? They're only gonna show you what they want to show you anyway, though. So you can do as much research as you want, but you only gonna find so much. I feel like, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Before we get Michelle in here, Kevin Hauser said JB won't bring up Lamar. I am gonna bring up Lamar. He's hurt. He was running around because he doesn't know how to understand and read coverage. He was running around with under 4 minutes left, up 14, and got hurt again.
He ain't hurt.
Please understand. But y'all don't understand, dog. Y'all keep saying he ain't hurt. That's all you guys say. Every time he gets up hobbled, that's all you guys say.
It's football. Everybody hurt.
Homie,
it's
no,
football.
It's not.
Everybody hurt a little
See,
bit.
that's what y'all keep killing me with this shit. Y'all keep killing me with this Lamar Jackson shit. He runs around because he don't know how to play the position in the NFL. And he runs around and gets hurt. And those little bitty hurt ankles, knees, all these injuries compile, homie. And you know what it turns into? Week 10, he's done for the year. And then y'all start over again. And then you make a comment to me saying, only time will tell. Time has told, homie. He's won one playoff game. One. Stop with it. It's not sustainable, Big Smitty. Stop getting at me about this cat is going to win a Super Bowl. He cannot play in the NFL at a sustainable level. He is going to be injured again because he hurt his ankle 2 more times last night. That shit adds up. He's going to be out again. I didn't make any video yesterday. I was being nice. I wasn't going to go out, so everyone called me a hater. No, it's not hating. It's a fact. By the way, you're up 14. Just throw the ball away, homie. Show me you can play quarterback in the NFL. Throw the ball away. Why run around and injure yourself? You know damn well this team needs you at quarterback to win. And yet, you're going to be unsustainable. It ain't sustainable. You running around back here is not sustainable. When are you going to just keep it 100 and stop backing the cat up? Back him up for being a good kid. Don't back him up for being a good quarterback. He's not. He's a freak of nature who makes plays with his feet, and it ends up going to bite him because he's going to get hurt. And he got hurt again last night. Stop playing. Watch how long he's out. He's going to miss all next week practice, and he's on a mini bye. He'll come back again, and guess what? He's going to get hit again. Like, dog, I understand. He's got a whole season to play yet. Go ahead, defend him, homie. I'm waiting.
Are you done? So the guy who can't pass the ball threw for 230-something, 240-something yards and 2 touchdowns last night. I'll let you go. I didn't interrupt you. JB. I was quiet. The man who can't throw the ball at all, who makes plays with his legs, threw for over 230-some yards and 2 passing touchdowns. Use his legs to extend plays, but then throw the ball. I tweeted out last night, Lamar Jackson is so good because as a former defender like myself, he always keeps you guessing. You never know what he's going to do. He's reading and reacting in every situation, whether it's an actual RPO or even in passing downs when he's running to the outside, faking like he's going to scramble, forcing the DBs and linebackers to commit and throwing the ball right over their head. It's almost unstoppable once he locks in because as a defender, you don't know what to do. That's number one. Number two, we keep talking about Lamar Jackson being injury prone and he's going to get hurt. He got hurt last night. He's going to get hurt again. What about that quarterback on the other side that you and everybody loves? Is he not injury prone now? The man has missed an entire season in his short career. The man started this season off limping because of a calf injury, missed all the camp. And now he just hurt his hand, and I believe he's out for the rest of the season.
Is that
so
that's super low
if anybody's injury prone, we're talking about the wrong side of the field and the wrong guy. Look at that orange and black.
Hold on. Are you low? Your mic low?
My mic is high. Would you? Hello.
It sounds low on my end. I don't know. You guys all hear Smitty? All right. Keep going. I don't know if you were done, but it's low on my end. I can't hear you there.
No, I was done. Go ahead and jump in, man. I was just saying the injury prone situation. We're talking about Lamar. We need to look on the other side of the field and see what's going on with.
Not really, because one's already been to a Super Bowl. One plays the position from the pocket. His injuries come from what? A non-contact freak injury, similar to an Aaron Rodgers. One comes from what? His wrist from I don't know what. We don't even know yet. And is he injury prone? Sure, he has been. I agree with you. And I've said it on the show. I said it. I said, you know what? Maybe this cat's if this thing don't play out and he don't win one, maybe Burrow goes down as an all-time underachiever. We said it on the show to start this year off. That has nothing to do with the other thing that we're talking about. When you want to bring up this Lamar and the chat want to go in on me like they know what fantasy football is, they really think fantasy points equates to Super Bowls. But then all of a sudden, they're going to come back and say, oh, well, he got hurt again, man. He's out again, and he can't win a Super Bowl. Nah, dog, because he doesn't know how to play the position, period. 200 yards in the first half. I don't know if he even hit 200. I think he had 187, 2 touchdowns. Let's just be honest. Did you see the 2 touchdowns? Yeah. So you're going to sit here and tell me that was big-time action in the quarterback position when he threw those 2 touchdowns.
Yes, it was, because you got to understand, Lamar
man,
is the
you got blinded
all
like
Lamar, exactly, you got to stop with this. A touchdown's at 7 points and 7 points. You don't have to always throw a bomb down the middle in the seam between 2 defenders. Why do you got to throw an Eli Manning Super Bowl type of pass every single touchdown to just show you that he's just legit? That's not his style, JB, okay? It's okay to play the position differently than you were taught. It's okay to play the position differently the way you played. You could not run around the way Lamar did, so you had to play a different style. He has the ability to go run the ball and extend plays differently, so his style is going to be different. It's non-traditional, but it works. The Ravens are 8-3 right now, correct? 7-3, 8. I think they're 8-3.
By the way, Big Smitty, no offense, they're 8-3 every year. What are we talking about? They're 8-3 every year. You know they're 8-3 last year, right?
Yes, that's a positive thing. What are we like? You're proving my point. Lamar Jackson is a winner. Now he has to win the big game. We agree on that. But to get to that point, you have to win regular season games. Why are we at a place where regular season games don't matter at all?
It's not about that. You guys quit. You guys don't listen to what I'm saying. Y'all just hear me. My tone. I'm racist. I'm a hater.
Well, no, I mean, shit.
It ain't about that. You don't hear. You hear the tone. You don't listen to the message. All I talk about is Lamar Jackson not being sustainable to be in the game long enough to win a Super Bowl. He chokes in the big games. And the reason I break down his touchdown throws, just like Lamar Jackson, just like Mahomes, at the end of the day, unlike Mahomes, who has a superior offensive mind play caller, and Kelsey. Now you're out of Andrews. Just wait. I hated to see the Andrews injury. I actually threw my motherfucking hat last night because, contrary to your belief that I'm such a hater, that is the number one safety net for Lamar Jackson. Now, I hate to be right when it is right, but I'm going to come out in a couple weeks and we're going to be like, damn, Lamar's struggling like a motherfucker again, just like he did without him before. He needs the safety blanket, safety net, tight end in close proximity because he's not a guy to sit in the pocket and dissect coverage, throw the ball on time. He needs to throw the pop to the tight end. He needs to throw the,
most QBs do.
He needs to get out of trouble. He gets to get out of trouble. Throw the ball to the tight end. So I love when I hear the hate that I have for Lamar, but then when I blast Herbert, Josh Allen, all these other white boys, I don't hear the same. I don't hear nothing. It's crazy. Why not?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't hear anything from the chat. All I hear is about when I go after a black quarterback. When do I? Oh, I didn't blast Herbert and Josh Allen?
You blasted them.
Oh, but I'm saying I don't hear the chat talking about that. They always want to bring up, oh, you're talking about Mahomes and Lamar. No, Lamar makes plays with his feet that ad-lib those 2 touchdowns in the first half. That is what I say won't happen in the playoffs. That is what the big picture is, dog. We've seen this party already. This game has already been played. We've seen the movie for 6 years. So when you say only time will tell, time has told.
It hasn't. Peyton Manning didn't win a Super Bowl till year 7.
Okay, but he hasn't changed yet. Peyton Manning changed every year. Peyton Manning did different things in the pocket.
How did Peyton Manning change? How did Peyton Manning change?
Different things with mechanics. What? I didn't hear you.
I said, how did Peyton Manning change? Peyton Manning was
a
great.
He got better with his feet. He got better with his feet, just like Jalen Hurts year 1 to year 2. He got better with his release. Peyton Manning, if you watch from Tennessee, he was way up here, and he got rid of the ball way up here. As year 4 or 5, you see the ball went to here, and Peyton Manning started to throw from here. Go watch the film. Again, I don't know nothing. People's mechanics that get better change. Lamar has gotten worse mechanically as to a Jalen Hurts getting better mechanically. It isn't sustainable, Doc, because if your mechanics up here don't change as a quarterback in the NFL, you depend on what's down here, your feet. And when that becomes aging and he gets older, by the way, you don't see Lamar running away from nobody no more like he used to, dog. It is catching up to him. He needs to develop his platform, his mechanics, his NFL maturity in the pocket has not evolved. But I don't know nothing. I'm just a fantasy football guy like everybody on TikTok. Just telling you. So he has to evolve, homie, or he's not going to take it to the next level.
So when the Ravens go, when the Ravens make the Super Bowl, when the Ravens made the Super Bowl this year, are you going to eat crow on this show?
Of course, I always eat crow.
I'm cool then.
I have nothing to apologize about, but I eat crow.
Yeah, you have to apologize. I want you to eat crow. You come on here, take me off the screen. I want it to be an ISO situation with just JB face to the camera. And I want you to admit everything that you've been saying, and I want you to admit how you were wrong on everything that you're saying. Make the Super Bowl. I don't care if they win. If they make the Super Bowl, I want you to eat crow. That's all I'm saying. I want you to eat crow.
TikTok, some guy says he's hating because he knows Lamar's the GOAT. I'm hating because I know he's the GOAT. That's literally a oxymoron. I'm hating because I know he's the GOAT. No, I'm not hating. It's the truth. You are a fanboy. You can't take off your goggles. So you don't understand there is a huge, complete difference.
And just for clarity, guys, clarity, I'm not comparing Lamar to Peyton Manning, obviously. Peyton Manning's my favorite quarterback of all time. He's my GOAT. I'm not doing that. Only reason I brought him up is the fact that if we keep it real, year 3, year 4, year 5, people were like, I don't know, this guy can do it because he had a great regular season, win a lot of games, just like Lamar, get to the playoffs and would not win for whatever reason. So all I'm saying is the same questions we had now and the concern we had now about Lamar. I don't know if Lamar can do it. People were saying those same things, trust me, in the media, in the papers, whatever, about Peyton Manning. And then he ended up doing it. So that's why I always say time will tell, because the man is in year 6. It's not like, quarterbacks now are, playing at minimum 10 years. minimum. And I'm just saying, like, damn, like, let's just see. I mean, especially this season when it's not like quarterback plays it's at some all-time high. You're a guy who you don't trust Mahomes that much this year. You know, I don't trust Mahomes that much this year. Who else in the AFC are we just like, fuck, the Dolphins are soft. The Bills are falling. They might not make the playoffs the way they're looking right now. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. We don't know what's going on with that relationship. We'll dive into that later. I'm looking across the AFC. Burrow, if he's out, so the Bengals are done. Who are we so concerned about in the AFC? So if any year was the year that the Ravens could make a run and actually make the Super Bowl, this is the year. And I called it before the season, man. And shout out to OBJ. OBJ, he had 4 catches. I think he had over 100 receiving yards.
He got hurt.
4 catches, over 100 receiving yards. We called him old. He couldn't do this, couldn't do that. 100 plus receiving yards, man. 4 catches. That's a big time plays, man. So listen, Lamar he plays the game differently. He's never gonna be a pocket passer that just searches and scans the entire. That's not him. That's not what got him here.
Alan, he not a Ravens fan, Alan. He a Colts fan. You know, he just a Lamar. He got Lamar goggles on just like the Colts goggles. That's what he got.
Lamar's one of my favorite players in the NFL.
He's a Colts fan, but he loves Lamar. That's what it is, Alan. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, my Colts aren't winning the Super Bowl this year. That's why we're not talking about them. Why talk about a team that's not going to win the Super Bowl? We might not make the playoffs. So it's just, what's the point of talking about it? I'm a big time Colts fan, but I am a Lamar Jackson fan. And part of it is because since the beginning, nobody believed in him. He moved to receiver. This guy can't throw. This thing, yeah. So I'm a guy. I like the underdog story. I like when people count me out. Think I can't do something.
He's not an underdog story no more, dog. He's been in the league 6 years, MVP. How is he still an underdog? Like, we need to stop playing the victim with this motherfucker. He's not the underdog. He's a fucking MVP. Lamar Jackson's the dude, right? When are we gonna stop playing victim for this motherfucker, homie?
I thought he was.
Fucking do something.
I thought he was the dude, but people like you and the rest of the media still out here saying he can't do this, he can't do that, he ain't this, he ain't that.
But he's not the dude. He's a freaking nature that plays the position. He's not the dude. Like, he's not going to win the same. How is he an underdog? He got a Heisman Trophy winner. He's the MVP winner. How is he the underdog?
Because y'all still don't believe.
Because we see what he's done, homie.
Well, I see something else.
Prove.
I see something else, JB. Listen. All I'm saying is, if we see
goggles, Bailey, shit.
If we seen what he's done, most of the quarterbacks in the NFL ain't won Super Bowl yet. So if that's the case, if we believe that Lamar can't do it based upon what we've seen because he hasn't done it, that's had that same energy and same feeling about every other quarterback that has not won it. That's all I'm saying. Josh Allen can't do it because he ain't did it. Justin Herbert can't do it because he ain't did it. Trevor Lawrence can't do it because he ain't did it. Joe Burrow can't do it because he ain't did it. Geno Smith can't do it because he ain't did it. Aaron can do it because he did it. Russell can do it because he did it. Who else can do it? Let's keep it going.
Michelle, can you do it? Michelle, can you do it? Because this guy can't do it.
Michelle can do whatever she wants. She puts her mind to. I believe in Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, what's up, Michelle?
Good to see you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We're Fearless Friday around here. It's free game Friday. Maybe you can give us some dating advice because dating is hard out here for these guys. I'm going to tell you right now. And now we got some Jim Harbaugh news. And I see people blocking you blocking them. I'm blocking them. People think I'm doing a Michigan show now. I'm like, hold on. Me and Harbaugh have never gotten along. We used to go at it all the time in recruiting. And then with players, I'm saying. And then I'm not a Michigan fan. I don't even care. But I am a players fan, and kids are number one on my list, and it's priority. And no one has seemed to remember that. I guess everyone just forgets the kids that are involved in this thing. Okay, I got to ask you straight out the gate before we get into anything. I put it on the thumbnail. He pleads the fifth. We know that's not what happened. I just did that for clicks and likes, as we all know. So explain what he did, because apparently the Big Ten, who suspended him, not the NCAA, has now said, okay, no prejudice, no, it can never be brought back up. You satisfied our needs. So by you not going to court today for an injunction, you've satisfied our needs. It's over for us. Now I'm hearing the NCAA is now going to creep on in there after they've done absolutely nothing. And now they're going to be the governing body, which they have always been, but yet they let the Big Ten handle all the dirty work. Now they're going to come in and try to play their hand in this thing. It seems like a huge witch hunt to me, but it is what it is. Explain all the legalities to us so we can find out what's going on and let all the Michigan fans know he'll be back for the playoffs, correct?
I think so. Yeah. So there were some inconsistencies between the statement Michigan released and the statement issued by the Big Ten, which is interesting. Michigan's statement, which I read, seemed to indicate that in exchange for Michigan agreeing to accept the 3-game suspension by Jim Harbaugh, the Big Ten was going to conclude its investigation, which meant no hearing today, which meant likely no further penalties. What I read on the Big Ten side was that they reserved the right to impose additional penalties if there was evidence brought forward that there was institutional knowledge of this sign stealing, like it went to the top, right? But I guess both sides have clarified that they have no evidence of that now. So the NCAA process will have to play out. As we all know, that's going to take a ton of time, more time than this season will allow. So I want to say it's unlikely, but honestly, the way this whole thing has been handled leads me to believe that like anything is possible, that these, no matter what the procedures say, these institutions are going to do what they want. So I'm hesitant to fully celebrate, although I think for Michigan fans and frankly for other college football fans who just want to see the games played in a fair way with the coaches present, with the kids unaffected, I think we're in a better spot than we were yesterday. But like I said, these institutions continue to surprise me with what they're willing to do.
Man.
Go ahead, Big Smitty.
No, for sure. No, thanks for breaking that down too. So, I mean, I saw your video. You kind of broke this down yesterday. You did a little dance at the beginning of the video. It seems like, but hearing you now, it sounds like your energy is almost like a slightly less excited than you were when you initially made that video. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, like, how concerned are you that this could possibly lead to even more suspensions or more, coming down against Harbaugh in Michigan?
Well, I think the NCAA will certainly do something. Although the more I have thought about this from the NCAA's perspective, because the rule they're looking into, I think, is different than the basis for the Big Ten's punishment. The Big Ten was able to act quickly because it was enforcing the sportsmanship policy, which is much more vague, right? The NCAA side of this has a couple of different components. It has the in-person scouting rule, which there are still some technical questions about the extent to which Michigan may have violated that, if at all, other than, this mystery character at the CMU game. I mean, there could be loopholes that were exploited. We just don't know yet the extent to which the NCAA rule was violated. We have to look at the evidence for that. The other thing I think is interesting is that the NCAA may be facing some pressure. There's been noise made about the in-person scouting law violating antitrust laws and being illegal on that basis. I know the NCAA is under some heat already for other antitrust related issues that have been brought forth. The Supreme Court nearly, in its decision on NIL, challenged the NCAA further. There was a concurrence written on it. So I think the NCAA may actually be in a tough position where I don't know if they can even keep the in-person scouting law after this season. There's been obviously outcries to Mike the Hellmans after all of this. There's been discussion about how everybody does this, So I think the NCAA needs to take a hard look at its rules and determine whether or not this even makes sense in this current college football landscape. But then they're in a position where if they try to penalize Michigan for a rule that they've recently repealed or revised, what does that look like? It looks like putting people in jail for marijuana related offenses, right? Which we know there are still people incarcerated for that. I think it's dumb, but I think it changes what the NCAA might be able to do depending on what they decide to do with in-person scouting. All that's to say, to get back to your original question, I still am pretty optimistic that Michigan controls its own destiny here. From everything I've seen, there's not going to be any sort of ban on Michigan's ability to compete. I'm fairly confident as well that accepting this 3-game suspension for the regular season will mean that Jim Harbaugh would get to participate in any postseason games for which Michigan might become eligible. So as a general matter, I still think Michigan controls its own destiny. The path is just going to be a little harder these next 2 games.
And JB, real quick, one more follow-up, just for my own clarity too. Is he suspended from coaching, period, or is he just suspended from the sideline? Meaning, like, is he able to
Just
coach
game day
only?
Game day, yeah.
Got you. Okay, got you. I just want clarity on that. Go ahead, JB.
I've been suspended, so I know you can practice with them all week and get. This is the thing that's stupid to me that no one wants to break down when they talk about this coaching thing. The most important part of the week in the game prep is the week and the game prep. It ain't the goddamn game on the sideline. He don't do much on that day. He just talks to refs, talks to his coordinators, and says, "Hey man, how about we fucking go for it on 4th or we punt it?" It's not like he's implementing the game. He's implementing the game plan already every day. Yep. So he's with the guys at practice, meetings, everything. It doesn't hurt Michigan. Like, if I was just quiet on the sideline as the head coach walking around with the headphone on and I let my assistant coach the game, it's the same thing. He doesn't need to do nothing on game day. So it's really, really ignorant, in my opinion, by the Big Ten and the it's really just saying, all right, we just want to save face and say we did something to him. Like, It's not really affecting the kids at all in the big term macro of it all. But I got to ask you, Michelle, is this explain? He's saying, I'll take the 3 games. Is that an admission of guilt?
I'm so glad you asked, because that's something I think a lot of people are confused about. And I don't think it is. Other people have drawn that conclusion. I'll tell you, the posture of this is civil litigation at this point. Michigan filed a civil lawsuit against the Big Ten for breach of contract. Whenever a civil litigation settles, an agreement is drafted, and those agreements 100 times out of 100, I've seen thousands of them, always contain language that say neither party admits to any wrongdoing. This is not an admission of guilt or liability. I'm almost certain Michigan had that clarifying language in there. And if they didn't, they'd be fools, because what they really don't want is for their sort of capitulation or acceptance of this penalty to be used against them later when it comes to the NCAA investigation. So I'm almost certain, I would bet my life on it, that Michigan had language in whatever written settlement agreement occurred between these 2 parties saying this is not an admission of guilt. And there were people saying, well, you don't settle if you're innocent, all of that. It's just ignorance, frankly. People settle all the time. Over 99% of cases never make it to trial because parties decide for a variety of reasons. It's just not worth it to go all the way, right? It's distracting. It takes time. It's exhausting. It costs a lot of money. Money's not a factor for Michigan, but certainly time and distraction are huge factors for them right now. So there would be a lot of reasons, notwithstanding Michigan's own assessment of whether it's wrong, to settle this. And by the way, just to clarify, Michigan initiated this lawsuit against the Big Ten. So it's the Big Ten, and people were inflamed about this. They were absolutely losing their minds. But Michigan dismissed its lawsuit against the Big Ten. It's not the Big Ten, Michigan admitting guilt. It's Michigan saying, we're not going to sue you for breach of contract anymore.
Here's the thing I think what's happening. And I got a buddy that coaches up there in that conference and a bunch of them. But this is what I'm hearing, that basically he's not affected at all. He gets a game plan. He goes through the week. He gets his guys riled up. They know the situation. They got everything in order to play these games. So why fight it? If all I'm going to miss is the game, then let it go away. I'm done. I still get to do everything I need to do as coaching this team, and boom, it's over. So if they were to say you can't be around the players whatsoever all for 4 weeks, right, I think they'd fight it. I think they would fight it. But I think this is a kind of a slap on the hand to him. He's like, well, they're going to come after me 2 separate times during a season and suspend me for 2 separate things, and I'm still yet to be fired or an investigation on the NCAA. It just seems like enough is enough. Like, man, I don't see him being there after this year. I'm going to be honest with you. Contrary to all the Michigan fans, listen, I think he's one of the top 5 coaches in all of football. I just don't know if he'll be there because I don't think he wants to deal with all this. The SEC's been doing this for 100 years. No tattletelling goes on up there. They're all on NDAs in essence, and they don't say a damn thing. The Big Ten gets jealous one's envy because he's beat the big dog's asses 2 years in a row, and then all the rest of the coaches want to come out and go after him. That's what it is. They don't care about the kids. They don't care about Michigan. They don't care about any of those teams in that league. They care about one guy, and that's Jim Harbaugh, to get him out of there. And that's what people don't understand. I don't understand why this is so hard to grasp. But I guess I'm going to leave you at this. Let's say this goes on. They go to the Big Ten title game. He's back in that game coaching. They get into the playoff. They win it all. Is there a possibility that they strip this, any type of wins or natty or anything, in a year or 2 years, 3 years?
Sure, there is a possibility of that. You have to acknowledge that that's something that could happen, and you know that people are going to want it. That's the part that concerns me, is that there are going to be outcries if Michigan wins the natty, that it should be vacated. You know, it's not legit. There's asterisks, all of that. First of all, I think vacating wins is just a dumb penalty because a win's a win, right? I think it's dumb. It is a possibility. I've heard other people say that this would not rise to the level of that kind of violation, especially when the rest of the evidence comes out. And I think some has already come out indicating that Connor Stalions kind of acted alone. He was a lone wolf. This didn't go to the top. This was one guy doing something that maybe conferred a minimal advantage. I mean, even the NCAA itself, when it looked at this rule a few years ago, said any advantage from in-person scouting is minimal. So I don't know how the NCAA makes a statement like that, possibly changes the rule on in-person scouting altogether, and then does something as drastic as vacating a national championship. To me, that would be an extreme punishment, but who knows?
Yeah, and then on top of that too, even in the event that if you're another team or whatever, and you think Michigan has been quote unquote cheating or whatever, right? They would have had to win at like 6-7 games where we know for a fact there's no scouting going on,
right,
in order for them to win a national championship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like okay, so at that point, come on, y'all. Like, why would you want to remove a championship from them, knowing that they didn't do anything illegal to win that? You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Actually, vacate the last Big Ten championship, honestly, where there was maybe in-person scouting going on. But at this point, these wins are clean, right? Like, everybody knows, secrets out, signs have been changed. Connor Stalions isn't there. Like, if anything, these are probably the cleanest wins that Michigan's had, to the extent the others were even dirty or tainted, which I really question anyway.
Right. Let me ask you this real quick. I know we only got a few minutes left, but we didn't ask you this last week, I don't think. I can't remember the coach's name, you'll know, but last week after the Michigan's big win, he got a little emotional at the end of the game, was crying, and this was for Harbaugh. As a Michigan fan, how did you feel about those emotions? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you kind of cringe a little bit? What was your honest emotions after seeing that?
I love Sharon Moore. So I loved it as a Michigan fan. I know that a lot of people thought it was funny. They were like, oh, did Jim Harbaugh die? Is everything okay? But just imagine, like, put yourself in his shoes for a second, right? Like, this is an enormous game for Michigan. I, as a fan, was on the verge of tears when they won. I can't even imagine, being in the position of being the OC and then being asked to be the head coach. I know he'd coached one game earlier this season, but going through all of that and then winning the way that they won, with all the run plays in a row, it made sense to me that he felt that way. And I know it's funny, and believe me, I gave Ryan Day his fair share of shit after that Notre Dame game when he came for Lou Holtz. But
exactly.
I get it. But no.
Hey, and JB, we saw Michelle on Twitter, man. You were feeling pretty good after that win. I'll say that. I'll keep it at that.
Oh yeah, you was low. You was lit. You was loaded. I was happy for you.
Okay.
All right, so I gotta ask you, Charissa, have you seen what's going on there? What's going on? Is she gonna get fired?
I don't know if she'll get fired. I feel like
I posted something she did. She said she talked to Caleb Williams and he didn't cry.
It was hilarious, honestly. I love that.
I had to do it. I had to do it to him. Okay, so seriously though, this is the video. I gotta talk. I gotta get this from you before you get out.
I would make up the report sometimes because the coach wouldn't come out at halftime or it was too late. And I was like, I didn't want to screw up the report. So I was like, I'm just going to make this up because first of all, no coach is going to get mad if I say, hey, we need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to.
So everyone's mad at her, all the women in the business. And that's why I want to ask you as a woman. Everyone's pissed off at her because she's a woman and all the women are like, it's already hard enough as a woman. And then for you to come out and say that, blah, blah, blah. I've seen Michelle Tafoya. I mean, all the big dogs are coming in on her hot. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to give women grace, right? I don't want to say that this is the worst thing that has ever been done by any woman in sports. I think that would be a drastic overstatement. It's not great. It's not great to make things up or to, do anything that would cause the sports community to question the integrity of women in sports any further. I will agree that it's really hard. A lot of people don't take me seriously, I think because I'm a woman or because of how I look. That's okay. I get that. But, I'm not into canceling people. I'm into, second chances. The funniest part to me is that she just openly admitted it. It wasn't a big deal. She didn't think it was a bad thing. And everyone else was outraged. So I'm not sure what you guys think. I'm super curious as men, whether you think this was something worthy of the death penalty.
I don't know. Here's the thing I don't know if we have it in here. Let me see. Let me see. Can you get me RG3? Here's my take on this. It's funny that we go so hard on her, but then RG3 is basically the most cringe human being on planet Earth right now. And he comes out and everyone kind of forgot about him. See what I'm saying? See how that funny that works? So he comes out and basically says, I need to be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback and blah, blah, blah. I still run 4.3 and I can throw it 80 yards. And I'm just like, man, this dude has to be one of the biggest, I don't know, whatever you guys say, most cringe human being on planet Earth. But his whole video that he came out with has basically been deleted and forgotten about because of what happened with her. So it's I hate to see it because, women have done so much to get back in this profession and get on the sideline, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we got idiots like him, and no one wants to talk about dudes being the clowns they are. So it's it goes both ways. We can't pick and choose this thing. So I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. But it is pregame Friday, so we had to have you on. I gotta get your take on the dating world, though, the dating scene before you get out of here. We've been talking about it all week. Could you have relations with the opposite sex? Just friends. Just friends. Just a boy, you and a man, friends. That's it. I'm saying, as a single woman, can you have a man as a friend? And that's it.
A platonic relationship with the man.
Yep.
Thank you.
I don't like the smile. I'm going to be real, Michelle. I'm not buying
I've never done it. I want to be clear.
Thank you.
I haven't done it.
Thank you.
But, yeah.
So time out, just for clarity, it's pregame Friday. JB, he believes that it's impossible for a woman and a man who are single to just be friends, and that's it. And you're saying, Michelle, that you've never not done other stuff with that quote-unquote friend, but you do think it is possible. Is that what we're saying?
I mean, I don't know. I come from a pretty strict religious background, so I was very careful to do very little with anyone.
That's true.
But you know,
I don't know. I don't think you can do it.
change.
I can't have a girlfriend. Just, hey, Michelle, how you doing? Thanks for let me lean on you today for my hard life. Nah, can't do it.
Jimmy,
No
you listen. You're lying right now. You have female friends.
These are different. Whether men and women can be friends without sleeping together, I 100% think is possible. I have a lot of male friends who I'm not sleeping with. I think it's definitely possible.
I don't know, but hold on though. Are you sure they're your friends or are they acquaintances? There's a difference. Don't make sure we're clear here. There, we got friends, we got homies, we got partners, we got friends and acquaintances. There's a difference. I don't know if you've said not colleagues. You're not working colleagues. I'm talking about friends. You see, Michelle got to think deep. Smitty, you got to give her the whole context. Number one, Michelle.
I will say now I'm changing my mind a little bit because there were guys who I thought I was friends with, and then I learned
to sleep with you.
that it was weird. And I didn't think it was weird, but I learned later that there were feelings, emotions, intentions, and it was not a pure friendship. And I think there are a lot of women, including me, who are naive, who want to believe that men just want to be friends with them. And this is obviously outside of like the work context or things like that. Men, women. I will say I've been naive in the past about whether or not a guy just liked me as a friend, whether there was more going on.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm aware. Listen, we're men here, so I'm gonna be real. Yeah, a lot of men, if they're friends with a woman, if the opportunity came to where she wanted to sleep with him or whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10, that man would be open to doing it. He's a man, but that doesn't mean that he's just going into it from the beginning and say, you know what, this is what I'm trying to do. Like I don't believe, JB, you got some female friends, and I'm not putting your business out there. I don't think. Don't say nothing. I don't think you've been physical or whatever with every single female friend that you have. Don't say nothing. Don't make a face. Don't say nothing. I'm just saying my opinion on what I think. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I think it's possible is all I'm saying.
You're absolutely wrong. Michelle, I can't be your friend. And just
Hold on. So is Michelle not our friend?
Yeah, she is our friend, but she is. Hold on. We never met in person. We don't talk all the time on the like in person. She lives in another state. Right now, we're all acquaintances of each other. I am not going to be able to kick it with Michelle in person and just talk about life and how court go today.
We can't talk about court in Michigan. We can't talk about sports and football. Like, come on. What are you talking
we'll talk about all that. We'll talk about all that.
So basically, this is the extent of our relationship with Michelle. We can't meet her in person. We can't see her. We can't breathe the same air.
No.
If I see her in person, I'm just going to lose my mind. Come on now.
Michelle, here's my point, Michelle. We can't be friends. Like, I can't have a woman friend without the sexual component. There's just no way. There's no way. Because once that happens, then we're not friends anymore.
Good for you for knowing yourself.
That's what exactly, Michelle. Why is everybody so mad at me? Why is everybody so mad at me? Michelle. Okay. I can't have a friend that's opposite sex and not have sex. A. And B, I gotta ask you, it definitely can't happen if you're in a relationship. There's no way. Don't sit here and tell me that you have a man friend and you're married. There's no way. There's too much insecurity. There's too much jealousy. There's just no way. Huh, baby? I'm at the bar with Johnny. I'll be home later. Hell nah. That shit ruins relationships. I don't care what anyone says.
Look at you. Traditional, conservative. Love it.
Look, the females agree with you though. So I don't know.
I see both sides. I'm a man, so I get what JB's saying. A lot of men are like think that way. And like I said, a lot of men, if given opportunity, would go that route, if I'm being honest. But I also see a lot of men who they do have just straight friendships and they've never done anything with the woman ever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would argue that they're the new made up human then. Be honest.
No, I have a ton of men who I am friendly with who I have not slept with.
Yeah, and you say relation. I'm a married man. I'm cool with
Michelle. I don't believe
we work in the world of sports and entertainment. There's no way in hell I would have 0 women friendships, relationships. Like there's no way.
Hold on though. This isn't a woman debate. Why are you switching this thing on Michelle? This isn't. I didn't say Michelle couldn't do it. This is a man debate, Michelle. I don't believe a man can have Michelle as a friend, and then after time, no sex happens, and then he still thinks she's my friend. Oh, my homegirl. Michelle's my homegirl. No, it's
but
not.
No. If Michelle's not showing any interest in that lane,
then the friendship's over.
No, stop.
That's what I'm telling y'all.
Hey, all right.
Michelle, we love you on the show.
We're sorry, Michelle.
You guys.
Michelle,
I think you're my friend.
Michelle, you're my friend. Let's
go.
We are. But it's just because we haven't met. You know what I mean?
So, Michelle, leave with this. Don't ever meet JB in person. You're good to go. We can meet and I'll be totally fine, though, Michelle. So.
Right. Good.
Hey, Michelle, much love. Thanks for all the insight on the Michigan thing. Hopefully they win it out. I want to see them win the whole thing. That's where I'm at right now because of what's going
America's
on.
team. Go Blue.
I'll see you later. Maybe next week. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one. JB's hilarious, man. It's Free Game Friday for real. He said, I can't, and that's a bar. I can't be your friend. Right. I can't be your friend and we not be physical. That's it. That's that. You need a shirt with that.
I hate to be the realest, dog, but shit, I'll be honest, dog. We gotta keep it real. Here's my thing. And we've been talking about this more than anything all week.
I know. It's the hottest topic out right now.
Dog. I don't need more friends. That's the thing about it. I don't need more friends. So let's be real. Come on, man. Let's be brass tacks here. What is a woman going to do for me as a friend? Other than what is she gonna do for me?
Always more than that.
Is she my dog shit?
She can help you with the dog, help you with the house, help you.
Is she gonna pick up the dog shit?
She pick up dog shit. She could
women don't like picking up dog shit.
She can watch your dog when you go out of town.
Yeah, but because I'm hitting. Come on, man.
Even if you wasn't hitting, they do it.
You keep missing the fact here.
Even if you wasn't hitting, they can do it, Jay. They watch your dog.
If I wasn't hitting, she wouldn't be at the house watching the dogs.
I mean, listen.
Come
that's
on,
a good point.
Man.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm tipping all the youngsters a real game out here. See, I just say the shit no one else will say. Let's just keep it real. I just say the shit no one else will say. If she was at the house watching the dog, guess what? Because I'm hitting it. She's not just coming up. Come on. Nah. And by the way, I wouldn't trust her to watch my dog in my house. I wouldn't trust her.
So you gotta be inside to earn trust. You gotta be inside to earn trust.
Yeah, to be at the house and watch the dog. Yeah, because now I got something over you. I can come at you. I can find you. I can get at you if something happened in my house getting robbed or something. You know what I mean? It's just a regular ass random that I hired. Nah.
Man, I'm learning right now. I'm speechless.
I'm just giving you guys free game, dog. I'm giving you free game on this Free Game Friday because I'm just telling you. It's all good, Freddie Mac. You can disagree, homie. It is what it is. I don't know. See, again, we got 17 to 21-year-olds with low T. We got all this feminine energy out here, and you guys are cool with it. That's what's wrong. That's why we're in this situation.
Hold on,
but homie.
Having high testosterone doesn't mean I gotta just fuck everything moving every single time. Like being a man means having some discipline too. You got some women friends. What about doctor? What about the doc? Yeah.
What about it?
Would you? I'm saying, yeah. What you saying? I'm saying.
What about it? I'm just saying, homie. Again. Proving my point. Again. See what I'm saying? Like, God damn. Homie. Y'all don't, you know this shit.
I don't know what's going on right now, man. JB is clowning right now, man.
All right. So let's get to the quote of the day.
Oh, shoot.
So we get to the quote of the day. Quote of the day. Here we go. We haven't started the show yet. Oh, God damn. Quote of the day. Reality wins, Big Smitty, and I'd rather see the truth than stay in love with a fantasy.
That's
Reality
real.
wins, and I'd rather see the truth than stay in love with a fantasy. Again, I'm spitting this truth to all y'all on TikTok, everywhere out here. All this needs to go viral because the truth will set you free, and it is a difference between the truth and hate. Stop saying I'm a hater. No, I'm telling you all the truth. In 10 years, you're going to be like, damn, JP put us on game. That motherfucker was right about all this shit. But nah, I'm the hater right now. Reality wins, and I'd rather see the truth than stay in love with a fantasy. Y'all live in fantasy. That's why all the Mahomes lovers and Lamar lovers, they all think about his fantasy points. They have never watched a fucking one clip of film, but they going to tell me what I know because their fantasy guy got 32 points.
Right.
Contrary to belief. Brought to you by betonline.ag. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV. Gets you 50% off. Not all things can be saved, Big Smitty. Not all things can be saved contrary to belief.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Contrary to belief, the road to recovery is paved with hard truths, not denials and lies. Contrary to belief. God damn, I'm dropping truth bombs on y'all asses.
That was hard. That was hard, what you just said. Say that one more time.
The road to recovery is paved with hard truths, not denials and lies.
Ooh-wee.
All y'all say, no. I'll get it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. No, you don't. You lied. You're a liar. You didn't do it tomorrow. You're not going to do it tomorrow. You don't want to do it tomorrow. You're just pushing it off to make the other person feel better. Whereas to me, I'm going to say, hey, Smitty, I can't do it. I ain't going to do it tomorrow. Can you do it the next day? Nah, probably not. Like, tell them straight up. I don't get it. Poll question, is Joe Burrow and the Bengals season over? That is the poll question. But we got a proud new sponsor. We got to break in, and we already know we've been pushing it all week. And AQMS Moving is the proud sponsor of the Coach AB Show. My promo code is my phone number, 1-888-233-3110. The best moving company in the world on planet Earth. They move your clothes, your car, your boat, your house, your furniture. They move Big Smitty. All that right there is AQMS. Affordable quality moving and storage. Call 1-888-233-3110. Go buy a move so Coach AB and Big Smitty can get out the hood, get a studio, and we can make this show what it really is, a truth-telling show that's the realest on planet Earth. All right. Bailey, take that shit off. If you take it too long, Bailey's going to be fired. He took about 7 seconds too long on removing that. We got to be perfect here, Bailey. I don't know if Bailey's doing a good enough job, Smitty. Fuck, he scared me. I didn't know Big Matt was in the show. Hey, Matt.
What's going on, Matt?
Shit. What's up?
Hey, first of all, you haven't been on the show in a few days. I don't appreciate it. Second of all,
Get fucked.
You've been busy, man, doing your own shit. Much love. I seen you had a couple big-time guests on. Go follow Big Matt and all the things he does on his new podcast, 0 to 60. Go check it out. We've been sharing it on our stories. We've been sharing it on our short stories here on YouTube. So make sure you go listen to How He Earned Number 60. That's a short that we put up on our channel yesterday that blew up. So make sure you pound the like and subscribe to All Things 60 Academy. I'm just fucking with you, Bailey. Goddamn. Bailey, you're doing a hell of a job. Bailey does everything for Matt, myself, Big Smitty, for the whole team. Bailey, we're gonna get you paid soon. All right, Big Matt. Here's a little snippet of what Matt's been doing for the last 2 days.
Just Buffalo is extremely average to me right now, and I don't know if Ken Dorsey is the guy. 90% of their offense runs through Josh Allen, and I like Denver's defense, and I like their mindset of running the football, and Buffalo can't stop the run, and like this is the first time Von Miller's playing against his old team, and I don't think he has no sacks this year in 5 games, so unless Von like goes Superman and decides to just take over the game, I think Denver goes to Buffalo and wins, and I'm betting that tonight too. So roll with us, Broncos country. I think that they go and get a huge dub and come back to Denver 4-5 and in the thick of the playoff hunt. And then Buffalo, I wouldn't be surprised if you wake up tomorrow morning and they're calling for Sean McDermott's head or Ken Dorsey's fired after Denver wins tonight.
Woo! Called it Matt Nadamas. We called it as well. He called it. They lost. They fired him. I said that Josh Allen struggled without Brian Daboll. I think even though he said he's going back to New York and the Giants are bringing back Daniel Jones, I think that Daboll is going to be entertained and offered the job when McDermott gets fired. Does McDermott make it through the season?
Oh yeah, they're not going to fire him during the season. The season's not over. They're 5-5. So they've got big games in front of them. They've got division games in front of them that they have to win. Maybe the new offensive coordinator and scheme will figure out how to actually help Josh Allen rather than consistently just relying on Josh Allen. I mean, he's a hell of a player, but goddamn. I mean, it reminds me of like Elway back in the day before he had TD in the offensive line and Sharp and all those boys. Like, he was out there every single Sunday just, throwing shit against the wall and hoping it sticks. So it's a bad situation for Josh Allen, but then again, they are 5-5 and they have all their goals in front of them. So it's either panic time or it's preparation time. So hopefully they're preparing rather than panicking. But look, man, I mean, it's not hard to see the writing on the wall here. So that's I'm usually right about shit, and I was right about this. And I mean, whoop-de-fucking-do for being right. I don't get a gold star or anything, but it's cool.
Yeah, I got to get your take on this stuff, though. We just had Michelle on talking about Harbaugh. I got to get your take about this clown who's come out and basically said, look at me. This video is very cringeworthy. I'm very, distraught after seeing it.
Should sign me as their starting quarterback, and here's why. 1, at 33 years old, I understand the game better than I ever have in my entire career. I know how to slide, and I know when to slide, and that was a huge issue in my 8 years in the NFL. But I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm ready to showcase that I can get it done. But here's the thing. Deshaun Watson went 14 for 14 in the second half against the Baltimore Ravens, and he used his legs to go out and scramble and extend plays. Of those 14 passes, there weren't really any of them that you would say were $230 million worthy passes. All they needed him to do
is he taking a shot?
Was manage the game because of them dogs they got over there on defense, starting with Myles Garrett. Well, guess what? I didn't do that. I can go out there and manage a game for the Cleveland Browns and help them go on the Super Bowl run that they want to go on. But here's the second thing. I still run a 4.340, people, and I can throw the football 80 yards. I train every week.
I got what is it called? Cringe, homie?
Hey, Matt, that was me when JB was trying to get a new co-host, and I was trying to pitch myself to the show. I was like, I've been on national TV for about 2 years. I've co-hosted. I've sideline reported. I've talked to the best athletes of all time. I went to Boston University, played football.
So I don't know what that had to do with Michigan, but I'll tell you this. It might be the worst minute of fucking film I've ever seen in history. I mean,
no, I said I had Michelle on who talked about Michigan, and we talked about that.
My bad. But Robert Griffin, this isn't it. That is not the way you do this. Bro, I understand that you won the Heisman and you're a hell of a player and all this other shit, but you are such a fuckboy, dude. This is just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Like, you're going to get up here and be like, the Browns should sign you, you washed up, sorry ass motherfucker. You have you seen this clown on TV too? How
have you seen it on TikTok?
Doug, he's a clown, bro. This is ridiculous. You're going to sit there and self-advocate. You sound like Uncle Rico, homie. I could throw a football over those mountains. Oh, if I could get in the time machine and go back, we would have won state for sure. Oh,
she just said that.
I mean, come on, dude. Like, Robert, Doug, go away. Just go be an analyst. You played. You won the Heisman. You don't need to do – what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? What other athlete does this kind of shit? Antonio Brown?
I can't believe.
Like,
here's the thing I got, though. Here's the real talk, and I'm glad Smitty's on here because this is nobody on mainstream media will bring up. This dude is the #1 advocate for black coaches, black players, black everything, and yet he just threw PJ Walker straight under the fucking bus, and by slapping him in the fucking face, he didn't give him any homage at all. He said, I could do that, and he didn't even mention him. He said, and if DTR is going to be the starter, then I'm going to come in and be the backup and help him. So you just say, fuck PJ Walker, who's been there playing? Like, this is the shit, homie, that no one talks about. This fucking dude is a clown. He don't give a fuck about nobody. And this guy continues to have the biggest platform. He's on everything.
So, look, I personally think that, like, this show, your show, you guys, we talk about shit other people don't talk about, #1. So, like, I love 2 days ago or yesterday, I saw the UCLA story, how the recruits stole all the stuff. And I was like, oh, we talked about that shit last week. And like,
they finally gave us credit, by the way.
They finally gave you credit for it, but still, like, you can tell that, like, mainstream media and all these pussies are super reluctant to give us our flowers. That's #1. And that's fine. We don't need your flowers, bitch. We're digging holes. We dig trenches and graves. You can bring flowers to your own funeral. So I think that this Robert Griffin III shit, this self-promotion, this, like, I can do it better than the guy that's there. I'm going to the Bronco game. So my son is going to the Air Force Academy on Saturday. They invited him down as a recruit, which is
congrats. That's dope.
Oh my God, dog! Coach Troy Calhoun's inviting my son to the Air Force Academy as an 8th grader. I'm like about to cry, shit on myself. I'm not really sure, but I'm really excited. And I'm not even going. I'm like, bro, you're going to the Air Force Academy? Can I come? And he's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, I know, I'm coming. So that's going to be a cool experience. But Sunday night, I'm going to the Bronco game, and it's Minnesota at night. They're in all blue. It's going to be a great atmosphere. And, you know, I'm going with Prix, and she's got season tickets, and she's already warned me there's this guy behind us that's loud and obnoxious a little bit, but he loves the Broncos, yada, yada. He's one of the I could do it better than those guys. Well, Robert, guess what, Robert? Full circle, because I always get back to the point. Now you're one of those guys, fuck boy. Now you're on your podcast talking about how you can do it better. You're retired. You're skinny. You don't run 4.3. No, you don't. You liar. You're lying. Now you sound like one of the fucking high school bankers that walk into my fucking gym and say, oh, the coach fucked me over, and that's why I got kicked out of school, and everyone else is wrong, and I run 4.4, I promise. Like, no, you don't, dog. You don't run 4.3. You're skinny. The last time you played in the league, you were very, very, very average or didn't even play as a backup, and that's cool. That's cool. You're a way better quarterback than me, way better player than me. I'm just saying this is a really bad look. This makes me not want to listen to you at all. If you're on TV, I'm turning you the fuck off. This is some clown bullshit. This is almost as bad as Charissa Thompson. Like, how dare that fucking sideline reporter say that she's just making shit up and this bitch has a job? Like, I'm sorry, but like mainstream media and mainstream sports media, this is why we, the royal we, the editorial, think that you're all a bunch of fucking clowns. You're clowns.
Him saying he can throw the football 80 yards means
80 yards?
It means diddly shit, though.
And it's a lie.
I know a lot of people who would just drop back in the random field and just watch it. You know, I mean, that is.
Bro, I could throw the football 45 yards.
Whoop-de-doo, right?
Give a fuck. What are we talking about?
Right.
No. Hold on. Like, I'm gonna bring up something else, and I want your opinion on this. So I worked for Altitude for a long time, for like 4 years, And I haven't talked about this, but I'm doing it now. Corporate media and corporate sports media and radio is all just a big, like a good old boy session. They recycle the same names over and over again. Everything is about, like, if you do a good job and you really care about sports radio, they don't really like that. They want guys that can control and manipulate. So when I'm like, say to them, I want to be on every day, and they look at me and go, oh, well, you've been here for 4 years, but you're just a fill-in guy. That's what they said to me. After we had the highest rating ever for that time period, I'm just a fill-in guy. Yeah. So I look at them and I'm like, this is exactly why people think we're a bunch of chumps. You guys think radio's more important than the internet. You don't use social media. You don't listen to anybody that works for you. You just sit in your tower and point fingers. Right. Well, they like that because, look, whoever's hiring RG3, which I'd imagine is Disney and ABC, right? Because he works for ESPN. Yeah. They love the fact that they can control him. This kind of shit right here on this podcast, this sounds to me like self-promotion and not football talk. So, like, Altitude used to get mad at me when I used to promote my body bag or my business. And I'd be like, well, that's what I do. Like, you can't have me on the show and expect me not to talk about what I'm doing. That's different than being on a national platform and saying on that platform, I should be doing the other job because I'm better than this other guy. I mean, from a corporate perspective, what are you guys doing? This is the kind of shit you're putting out, even if it is on his podcast and whatever. He's still an employee of ESPN. And we're talking about this, and other people are talking about it. Like, RG3, bro, you're retired. Shut the fuck up. You're not any good. You can't play in the league anymore.
It's crazy. The stuff you're talking about is crazy because Stephen A. does the same shit, and he puts a disclaimer on his show that this doesn't reflect ESPN, my employer, which is supposedly legally gives you the free reign to say whatever, which is crazy to me. And that's why RG3 is on every single thing. And it's like, but here's the thing, though. The shit he wears on TV, the pink suit, hat, and all this clown shit that he does, each his own, do what you do. But there's no way that the people aren't pushing that narrative or allowing him or telling him to wear it. There's no way this motherfucker just said, I'm going to wear this shit and you're okay with it.
No, that's what he wants to wear.
Say, okay, can you slow it down a little bit here with the fucking hat and the fucking there's no way. They're allowing it, though. So,
I mean, he looks like a smaller version of Cam Newton, with like Cam Newton's grandma, because Cam Newton dresses up like old Mother Hubbard too. So, like, I just look, man. It is cool. It's cool. You want to wear a fucking tutu and get a sandpaper covered dildo? I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. But actually, that was kind of cool. But other than that, like, I'm over all this shit, dude. Like, I just want to watch football, talk about football, and like be in football. All this like style and Taylor Swift and pop and poppy bullshit and foo-foo football and everybody's feelings and fucking Robert Griffin III talking about getting back in the league. And like, dude, what the fuck are we doing?
All right, let's circle back to Michelle in Michigan now that I confused you. What's your take on this Harbaugh thing? Admitting guilt, or if he did admit guilt or plead the fifth, whatever the fuck they did, without prejudice, the Big Ten cannot bring it back up. So that part's done, which, again, the NCAA just clears their hands again. Yeah. NCAA is out of the mix. But now all of a sudden the NCAA is going to investigate. Well, fuck, where have you been this whole time? I mean, it's fucking unbelievable, man. I'm so over this bullshit. This is like, I don't know. It's kind of like the whole, everything we talk about on the show. It's like, it's just, we pick one thing because that's the hot thing in the news. This thing right now is the hot thing in the news. And I'm just, I'm blown away by all this. But at the end of the day, he said, fuck it. I'll be back for the Big Ten title game. It just seems like a witch hunt to me at this point, but I don't know.
It is. And look, I work with Michigan starting center. Obviously, everybody knows that. He was on my podcast yesterday afternoon, Drake Nugent. We didn't talk about this because it's a witch hunt. I think it's ridiculous. Like, did they maybe steal signs? Yeah. But you know what they didn't have to do? They didn't have to steal signs to line up and run the ball 32 straight fucking times at Penn State Saturday and annihilate those human beings and take their teeth against the top, 2 or 3 ranked rush defense in football on the road. I mean, when Blake Corum was talking after the game and his entire forehead split wide open and he's bleeding, that's a bad motherfucking running back right there that I want to block for. So I'm on Team Michigan, dog. It's Michigan against everybody. If you don't like it, try and stop it, because they're not. If you want to say that they're stealing signs still, and you're still riding this boat, like, look, I love Minister Sports with Zach. I think he's awesome, but I know that he likes Ohio State. That's for damn sure. Like, there's definitely an agenda. That's all I'm saying. Like, I can tell who likes Michigan and who hates them. So, and that's fine, because I talked to Drake about this, but I specifically asked him, how does all the fuel, because look, in 2004, when I was a senior at CU, story time with Matt, we dealt with something similar. Coach Barnett came out and said in the Katie Nida scandal, I'm sure you remember this, Coach. Smitty, you were like 6, so you probably don't remember because you're.
I was 9 years old.
9 years old. Yeah, it's cool. Exactly. So Coach Barnett came out and said something like, look, you know, the Katie Nida, a female kicker that was there with Coach Neuheisel before I got there, or Coach Barnett, he got the job. She was on the team. He told her, we don't have a spot for you on the roster anymore. And when they pressed him on it 3 or 4 years later, when she came out and said that she had like allegations of sexual assault and all these different things that I'm not going to talk about, but nothing ever happened with it. That's all I'm going to say. She did write a book. So all that happened. And then Coach Barnett was pressed on TV, and he was like, so, you know, the reporter asked, how do you feel about this, blah, 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 blah. And he came out and said, well, I had to cut her because she was terrible. And not only was she terrible, but she was a girl. And we were all like, ugh, fuck. In Boulder, that's not going to go over very well. So he got suspended until like the second week of training camp going into our first game. So I've got some kind of like, you know, experience with having your coach get suspended and not being there and the turmoil and the controversy, but nothing like this on a national scale. It was ugly. And like, none of us got invited to the combine. It hurt everybody's draft stock. I've never even met Katie Nida before. So thanks a lot for making sure I don't go to the combine with 9 fucking sacks as a 3 technique when I was a senior. So I didn't want to go. Fuck that. I want to play guard. So like, what I'm saying is like, this hurts people that aren't even affected by it, like Drake and other players on the team. And I asked him specifically, and you can go watch it, but I'll bring it up. How much is this gelling everyone? How much is this bringing everyone together? And he'd look straight at the camera and he's like, oh, we are so motivated right now to just prove everybody wrong. And we've talked about it on this show specifically. If you think you're actually negatively affecting the men at Michigan and their coaching staff and the way they recruit, nah, man, they're just gelling. And they're really angry about this, and it gives them something else to use so they can go out here and eviscerate people, and they're good enough to do it. There's a difference between like, and Coach can attest to this, and that's my question for you, JB. Like, when, as a coach, when you know you're better than somebody and then they give you fuel, is it not like Christmas? You're like, oh my God, this is so incredible. You can like get angry about it if you're not as good and like try and motivate somebody through bulletin board material, but you're just pissing into the wind. But when you're better than someone and then shit like this happens and you can gel, bro, talk about what that does for a football team, Coach.
Hey, the bottom line is preaching doing something that someone else said you could not do is number one motivational tactic that I always use, and that's what Harbaugh's using. Do something that they said we can't do. Period. Fuck them. Like, give them a shit sandwich. Here's the thing I want to get into, too, before you get out of here, before we take a break. This hit right here. What's your take on this?
Ooh.
Okay, that's launching and dirty shit. I mean, come on. But that's fucking ridiculous. But I mean, this
it looks crazy, like right? Like seeing
look at this. It's like
like a dolphin or some shit. Like
what is he? It's like he's doing the salmon. Like what? Dog, what?
It's not funny,
I
but
can't
it
defend
is.
that one. I can't.
I want to laugh.
That's bad.
I'm laughing to get all the soft pussies on the show. That's really why I'm laughing. It's not funny, but it is.
I'm laughing at the technique, not the guy that got hurt. It's like I've never this motherfucker swine dive into the.
I mean,
have you ever seen All About the Benjamin? Have you ever seen All About the Benjamin? When he falls out of the fucking boat with his hands cuffed behind him and he falls out of the boat.
Hey, he said, you gonna catch me, right?
Yeah, and he leads head first, yeah. And he gets up and he goes,
hey.
Are you okay? And he goes, hell no, I'm not okay. Did you see how I fell?
Shout out to Mike Guest, man. That sounds
I got an interesting take, though. I got to hear your take. I got this take on this, and I want to get your take on this. I believe that's happening more and more. And the straight up, just blatant, shut the fuck up, coach. I don't want to hear from you, coach. I don't give a fuck what you say, coach. That is more and more happening across landscape. And that is a blatant, straight up example right there. Because there's no fucking way a kid on my team is going to do that shit and not understand that he's done with. Like, that kid better be done with, Matt. He better be fucking cut.
He won't be. He's a starter. We don't have anybody else. Like, he's going to get suspended and then go back and be like, yeah, well, I can't use my helmet as a weapon. Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, how do you come back from that? Hey, Matt,
you go back to practice.
Hey, son, let me ask you, what made you do that? I want to ask you, coach, I don't really care about you, the program, my players, my team. Like, what the fuck is your answer?
We're going too deep now.
Time out.
We're going way too deep now. We're not going to take one play and
give me your answer.
One play and cut a kid. Like, just cut it off one play. Like, can we watch the rest of the game, the other games of the whole season? We'll take one play and say you're done. I don't think
that's my thing. It's like
that was a bang play. It was stupid, but I've seen a lot of guys make stupid, bad technique tackles all the time. So if that's going to be the president, then let's watch the tape every single game and find every single bad form tackle and cut their asses too. Come on, Jay.
That is not a bad form tackle, Smitty. Stop making excuses for these fucks, man. This motherfucker jump like this.
Tackling is at an all-time low this year. We talked about on this show. We've seen shitty tackles all year. People launching with their head. They're not wrapping up. They're fucking. I was seeing it all year.
This isn't a shitty tackle.
Matt, so you agree with JB that they should cut this kid?
No, I don't think they should cut him, but fuck you. How are you gonna? You can't defend this one, bro. He looks like the dude that they stuff in the cannon and put a helmet on and shoot out at motherfuckers. And he's just like, whop, right in the dude's face.
I'm not defending the tackle. I'm saying we can't cut the kid. You don't remove the team. Like, come on.
I'm not saying he doesn't like it. I've seen a teammate rip another guy's helmet off and hit him with it, and he loved Colorado. So
I can't believe you say we can't cut him. You cannot save them all, bro. We can't save them all. Like, guess what? Guess what he won't do again? He won't do that again on my program because I'll cut his bitch ass. He's cut today, I guarantee you. I'm just telling you straight up.
He's not cut.
No, I'm telling you if I'm the coach.
You would cut him. Yeah, well.
Yeah, he's
JB, all the kids you didn't give second and third chance for the bullshit that they've done.
I'll tell you this.
You gonna cut this play off of one bad play?
Well, hold on.
Y'all can compare JUCO to D1, homie. JUCO is what it's for. I'm supposed to teach him not to do
Here's my question. When this kid gets kicked out, would you take him at the JUCO?
It depends. How many transfers has he already done?
Dog, that's not the question. Come on. You need a safety. He plays for who? Boston College? That was Boston College, right?
Yeah.
All right. He plays for Boston College, which means he's probably better than some fucking kid from like
maybe.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I'll take maybe. All hypothetical.
Is this his only knock on his character? Then yes. If he's got a credit card and a fucking bunch of shit cracking on top of it, no, I'm not. I'm just telling you. But I'm just telling you right now, though. Smitty. You can't save them all. And if that dude, I want to know how many times that motherfucker's transferred. I'm curious. Because that is going to tell you what is going on here.
So again, are we going to really get into this transfer thing? Because you know how I feel about this. Like, I deal with guys that are transferring. I got 25 guys that are going to transfer in the portal after the season's over. They're all great young men and awesome individuals, and most of them have their degrees. And like, They're not bad dudes because they want to transfer.
No. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I'm curious to see if this particular kid has transferred to Boston College from somewhere else. And then that's a whole nother debate. But that would tell you if I take him or not. So you asked the question if I would take him or not. It depends on some other background things, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to just go off that one hit. But Smitty talking about the motherfuckers. We see bad form tackles every day. What?
But that wasn't my bigger point. Is that I'm not going to take one stupid play and cut him. That's all I'm going to do.
He just flippered that motherfucker. You don't even know who Flipper is.
The Dolphin?
Of course.
The Dolphin, right?
Yeah, the Dolphin. You don't know about Flipper.
I know Flipper the Dolphin, bro. Come on now.
Hey, I'm just telling you. I can't wait to dive into it, but we're going to dive into it. I can't believe it. This is what I truly believe. Big
Matt. Hey, let's go to brass tacks real quick before you go. Do you still believe your Bucks it will become bowl eligible? Keep it real with me.
I think they win tonight. I'm never going to pick them to lose, but I think they win tonight, and I still think they get into a bowl game with 5-7.
Is that possible?
Popularity. Yeah. Popularity. Yeah.
They can invite whoever they want. It's just 6 is automatic bowl eligibility. 5 is they could invite someone at 5, but I don't know if I necessarily want that. But at the same, I'll take another game and another month of practice. That's for damn sure. So I was on DNVR bus yesterday down there talking about like the fact that so many people are calling the recruits and telling them Deion's going to leave, and like that's their ploy to do recruiting now. And I find it hilarious. Like the guy's not going anywhere. He just got there. His kids can't transfer. His whole family's there. He can't. It's not feasible. He just got there. So I guess it could happen in a hypothetical fucking world that we live in, but I don't see it happening. And look, Colorado does it too. Everybody calls other people and talks about the other schools. And Deion says they don't do it up there, but he may not do it, but his staff probably do it. Like, come on. It's the college football recruiting game. So I would like to think that just money solves the problem. So start like the NIL collective. I hate that the fans and business owners and shit have to be responsible for some kid's payment. Like that's really pissing me off a little bit. Like all this money they're generating and they're just gonna pocket it and not pay the like. I had Brady Quinn on at the beginning of the week, and Brady said that the the federal government will get involved sooner than later and make the colleges start treating the players like employees. So then that'll be the split between Power 5 and Group of 5.
Interesting.
Hey, did you hear the Pac-12 news this morning?
Oregon State, Washington State?
Oregon State, Washington State are going to merge with the Mountain West. And then if it works over the next 2 years, they will officially have the Pac-12 conference back with the Mountain West schools joining. And they'll
that's why they had lost. They had that battle in court the other day.
Yeah, and if they if it works out, then they'll keep their automatic bid through the Pac-12, which is pretty smart. And this is what I wanted. I don't want the Pac-12 to go away. I want them to elevate 10 more schools. So if you take CSU and Air Force, if you take Air Force, you have to take Army and Navy. Like that, you go get them. I get Tulane. Go, and then the rest of the Mountain West, with the exception. I mean, like, look, if you want to bring all of them in, cool. But I'm sure that they're going to be picky and, like, handpick who they want. But I think it's a great idea, man. And then in the Mountain West, instead of the Mountain West going away, let's just elevate North Dakota State and South Dakota and North Dakota and fucking Idaho. Coach Jason Echo up in Idaho is balling. They are killing it up there. The Vandals look really good. Jason's one of my guys. I love that guy. You know, all those schools, the Eastern Washingtons, elevate those guys to the Mountain West. South Dakota State, those quality-ass 1AA programs that are out there that want to get elevated. I mean, do it. So
I'll be right back.
I'd like to think that that's going to happen with college football, but we'll see.
No doubt. Matt, always appreciate you coming on. Go follow From 0 to 60 pod. You're on today right after us, right?
Yeah, I go on at 10 this morning. I'm not doing an afternoon show. All I'm talking about today is Buffs, pretty much. It's all Buffs, all Broncos, previewing this weekend, get my opinions on a lot of stuff with CU, what's going on recruiting-wise, yada, yada, yada. And then a lot of my opinions with the Broncos and what's going on there as they host Minnesota Sunday night on Sunday Night Football. So
All right, much love. We'll see you Monday.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, bro. Peace. My bad. So look, Jeff's here. Let's take a break real quick. Jeff's in the building. Let's take a piss break real quick, Jeff, and we'll come back because we got an hour and a half with Jeff. A lot of games. I gotta get this to Bailey. Bailey, you gotta put this in by the time we come back. The F1 last night in Vegas, where I'm supposed to be with Pat Perez. We didn't end up going. But it is a complete fucking nightmare. If you haven't heard about it or haven't seen what's going on, I can't wait to share that. We'll show you what's going on in Vegas right now on the Strip. They're in dire need of some help. The F1 may not even happen now. Have you heard about this news? So they've got millions of people there, $1 billion investment, and this thing might fucking collapse on them. So can't wait to share that. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Jeff coming back with the heat, and we're going to talk Oubre. Did he really get hit by a car? We're going to talk about Jalen Carter. Did he really steal a bunch of groceries without bags? We're going to break all that down and more. Bailey, take us away. Emma, who are you putting in the playoffs if this scenario comes out like this? Because in all fairness, Louisville still can have a good shot at beating Florida State, I think, in the final for the ACC. Both those teams could have one loss. And you're going to have a lot of fucking one-loss teams possibly. Who's going to get in? I think the Pac-12 gets screwed just because of the West Coast bias, especially when they play the times the East Coast voters don't get to see. And then, as you always argue, the SEC's defense is probably going to be, in my opinion, going to travel a little better than Washington's defense, which is not very good. Who, in fairness, who gets in the playoffs this year?
And not being biased right now, I had to say the SEC, and I say that because the Pac-12 they're gonna get fucked. But we done seen the Washingtons, we done seen those guys go down there and get blowed out from an SEC team.
Not this year, though, T-Reese. We're talking about this year.
I know, but it's always not this year. Yeah, well, it's always not this year. This ain't how it's been. I'm talking about in a playoff run, they always getting swiped, from an SEC team, and it'd be like, well, if Alabama was in, or or LSU was in, it wouldn't have happened like that. You get what I'm saying? So I get both sides of it. It's kind of tough to be like, man, SEC deserves it, but it's kind of tough to say they don't. You know what I'm saying? But when that 12, when I say when they go to 12 teams in that playoffs, it might be 4 teams in the SEC in the playoffs every year. I don't see Bama or Georgia missing it at all.
Ever. Yeah,
I'm talking about two losses. They're not going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah. That's true. Let's be real. We always talk about players sitting out, players getting hurt, players not finishing the season. When the bubble went down, I think Lakers was like a top 3 seed. So Lakers were definitely one of the best teams in the league. So we had a chance. But to give an older Lakers team.
All right. It's the JB and Jeff Nadu show right now. Big Smitty is taking forever. Big Smitty's in a vacuum tunnel. He just moved. He's just horrible. It's horrible ratings, Jeff, because of him. We got a lot of shit going on because of him. Hey, Gotti, your boy's gonna fight Mayweather, huh?
Yeah, I just put that out. Yep, it's a Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, I saw Steve Kim last night talk about what a joke it is. He's there right now covering the fights. Your boy fought last night. I guess it was horrible. I guess it was a horrible, what do you call it? Event, I guess, for a Thursday night. I guess people were pissed. They said the fucking was horrible fights. Shakur fought shitty. I guess it was a whole thing. I didn't even know what they were fighting. Steve was on Tuesday. He couldn't come on yesterday because he was in Vegas covering the fight. But he was kind of disappointed in in all these guys' performances. Like it was bad.
The only reason they're fighting again is because of the brawl they had afterward, and it was a big thing. The truth is that Gotti III got dominated, absolutely dominated. And look, the fact that he's getting another payday, you got to give him some respect for that, but I don't understand it. I mean, it was a blowout fight the first time, but we'll see. Someone's asking about what do I think about Colorado tonight. I actually think they win tonight. I think this is Washington State.
Oh, man, they might.
I mean, they got a winnable game here. They got to win their final 2 games, I'm sure, to go to a bowl game. So I don't think they get there, but I actually think this is a decent spot. Washington State has really struggled since.
I don't understand what happened, bro.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either. I mean, Cameron Ward was great. I mean, their defense has been a mess. They scored 7 points against Stanford a couple of weeks ago. They're a mess, man. But I think this is a high-scoring game too. So, I mean, Cam Ward might get back on the horse here with a bad defense here. So we'll see.
Before Smitty comes on, there's so the F1's in Vegas. They're, Formula One, huge IndyCar deal, right through the streets of Vegas, down on the strip. They've cut off a lot of shit. They're making people pay out the wazoo to see it. They've literally blocked the tunnels off that goes over the strip with sheet tinted glass where you can't even stand on the bench or on the actual bridge and look down and see the race. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but this happened.
Formula One Las Vegas race began and then ended and was canceled in less than 10 minutes. Just a few minutes after getting started, the Ferrari car hit a drain cover on Las Vegas Boulevard, causing a substantial amount of damage to his vehicle. We could see a large burst of sparks from the Encore Tower suites, and then the car's journey came to an end in front of Paris. The vehicle was rendered unusable. The race was unable to be continued, and if they're able to do the second scheduled race tonight, Ferrari will not be able to participate. Right now, crews are working on the affected area, and there appears to be teams of people walking the track looking for issues, but it seems like this is something they would have already done. I will say that this is consistent with the quality of road work I've experienced in Nevada, and no one who lives here will be surprised. The massive grandstands in front of the Bellagio fountains appear to be mostly empty, and those are $18,000 seats. We are not off to a great start. People are disappointed and waiting for the next update. I'll put all the current information in the comments.
That's wild. It's been so much noise like leading up to this F1 race. I know people at Fox who were supposed to be flying out, I think this weekend or today, actually, to go out there. I did not hear about this, JB. And man, if they don't figure that out, how much money are they about to lose?
$1 billion invested in from what I heard.
Damn. All that means the Super Bowl ticket's going to be even higher, so they can make up for it.
$18,000 seats, banned, they're empty. Like, you fucked up. Be real. Let's be honest here. And we won't talk about this. None of it. Jeff may. I don't know shit about racing. I went to a NASCAR last week with Pat, but other than that, I don't know shit. But I know this. Like, you are in Vegas. If you fuck up, I'm a casino away from forgetting about you. Like, I don't understand. You can't fuck up this. You can't fuck this up in Vegas.
You got one shot, JB.
One time. You're going to either have the NBA, which they'll never bring back because all the Hennessy and ranch dressing was gone in one day. Number two, you had a riot happen. You had a straight, it's racist, so we had a straight riot occur, and then you never bring it back. The same with this. If the event fucks up, I go into Vegas and do my dirt and do my shit, do my game, whatever. Like, this is a bad look, though. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I try to give everything a chance because, I think there are fans of things everywhere. But, I mean, this is not popular enough to do that sort of thing, charge that sort of money for those types of things. Look, you want to bring the World Cup to America? That'd be huge. That's going to be huge. This, I don't know. It's dwindling if there's interest. I don't see it. I don't get it. Why are we racing in the middle of a city anyway? Like, isn't there – that might be just something we might want to keep on tracks with, like, fences and all that sort of thing. But I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know much about it, though, so I can't really – it seems to be much more popular outside of this country as opposed to –
No, F1 is definitely popular here now. A lot of people who gamble into it. You see a lot of, like, people in the other athletes and musicians go and attend these events. So it's kind of grown fast.
But it's a bad look to see that.
Yeah, and they've been playing this for a long time, Jeff. Like all year, they've been kind of teasing how it would look in Vegas. It looks so dope. From
a question I have is, and I'll ask you. I mean, you've seen it all a little bit, Bob, but
a little bit. I don't know too much.
If you're a fan of like NASCAR, right? You like I don't know, whoever's a racer, whoever. Why wouldn't you want to go to this? Like, isn't this the same? Like, it's racing, right? Because
I think the track, I think the cars are different. I believe. I think the tracks are.
But it's racing. Like, isn't that like I've seen this on at like 5 a.m. a lot of the time. It's like something. This is something you have on and like to put yourself to sleep. I feel like.
Yeah.
Is that popular?
That kid, going back to Matt was on Smitty. That kid that did that dolphin launch tackle, he was a transfer, as I suspected. That's why I wouldn't fuck with him. Anyway,
he transferred one time though.
I don't care. I think they're all shitbirds. Here we go. I want to break down Snoop Dogg. Smitty, get your take. He stopped smoking, and I've been on this show, and I've been coming out with this whole thing about this weed. I think the weed's fucked up. I always clown around with the Taco Bell and the weed. And then Meek Mill, literally right afterwards, comes out and says,
he said, I'm going to go to Dubai and completely stop smoking. I'm going to follow Snoop. My doctor said I got a little bit, how you say that, emphysema, I believe? Emphysema, yep, in your chest, which my wife said is not good at all. If I don't stop smoking, it actually cuts my lifetime in half. I was addicted to the nicotine, but this new weed has too many chemicals and too risky to play with myself.
Big Smitty, I want you to talk to everybody.
Nah, listen, we give JB hell on here, and sometimes he says things that we kind of laugh, and he goes in one ear and out the other. But one thing JB has been consistent on, he's been saying that today's strand of weed is way different than it was back in like the 90s or the 80s. And he's been saying chemicals, how it's leading to players getting hurt in the NFL, NBA, players not, lasting as long. And now for this to come out, with a guy who we know, Snoop, who we all, respect and love, he's been like the face of weed down there in the industry. For him to come out and say he's done, and then Meek Mill, another guy who we know, let's be real, rappers, most of them smoke. For him to come out and say, hey, the chemicals in here is real, is messing with my health, to me, it kind of validates what JB's been saying for a long ass time.
Let me also agree with him here. When the fucking government got a hold of this shit, that's when it fucking screwed it up. Because when they put their hands on something,
bingo,
they're going to add nonsense into it. I'll tell you another thing. I agree with him wholeheartedly in this. I've never smoked weed in my life. Never tried it. I don't have an interest in it. I don't want no smoke has ever touched my lungs. No cigarettes, no nothing. I don't want nothing in me. And I'll tell you what, again, this fucking government, I'm telling you, the shit, look at what they've done to food. Look at what they've done to anything. When they put their stamp on it, you'd be better off going to some shady pot dealer and buying it. They're not going to fucking screw with it.
Yeah,
this regulation,
it'll be natural.
Yeah. Look at what regulation's done to gambling. It's fucking destroyed it. Regulation is not good. It sucks sometimes. And some things are just meant to not be regulated. And this is one of them. Good for him and good for Meek Mill and all these guys, because the quicker people realize that food and this fucking fast food people eat, it is terrible for you. It's awful. If you're going to skimp on anything, it shouldn't be food. Put the right food into yourself. Look at me. I lost a ton of weight. I very much watch what I eat now. You got to worry about that. But it's population control. They want to.
Hey, Jeff, you're here the very end of the show, so we got an hour and a half with you, and we appreciate you on this fired up free game Fearless Friday. We had some topic we had to go over because of this goes back to the transfer portal stuff, and Smitty and I were supposed to discuss this earlier. I broke the news last week. A junior college here in California played another junior college here in California. and they had about 3 bench clearing brawls. They stopped the game in the third quarter, sent teams to the locker room. I reported because a buddy of mine was coaching and told me about the situation, and this is why I probably don't coach anymore. But the team subsequently turns around and jumps their coach, their own coach. Well, I got the film from a buddy last night of what happened and what went down. This is why these shitbirds are why I don't want nothing to do with it. So basically, let me rewind it here. It says weak ass LA Cats jumping their coach after the loss. Basically, that's their coach. They're jumping. Their team is jumping their own coach. And this was after they already stopped the game. I mean, this is why junior college needs guys like myself. But anyway, I'll continue to stay unemployed, and they'll continue to have these fucking coaches who can't fucking control the narrative, control their team, control the discipline of this thing. And it absolutely is the coach's fault, D. Jones, contrary to your belief. If you ever think, Alan, can you please let these motherfuckers know, would that ever happen under my watch? I want to hear what fucking D. Jones has to say now. You think that would ever happen under my fucking watch? That's what I want to be clear here. But it's happening not only here, Big Smitty, it's happening all across the fucking country. If you haven't noticed lately, we got a lot of drama going on in this coaching business with these players. So D. Jones is agreeing with me, so I apologize. That's how you apologize, by the way, right on the spot, not 20 minutes later. So I don't think I think there's truth to this. Like, this is a real thing. This is happening across our landscape. This is why there's participation shortages, why referees are out, a shortage on referees. This is the issue. It starts at the youth Pop Warner level, Big Smitty. We had a shooting. A motherfucker killed a coach. Like, this is what's happening. Our parents are horrible. They don't want to parent anymore. They're scared to tell their kids no, and coaches are scared to lose kids into the transfer portal. So they suck their dick and whisper sweet nothings to them and tell them they're okay, and then they end up getting fucking jumped by their own team. This is what's happening, bro. It's real shit out here. So I don't know what you guys think about this, but that's real, and it happened. So
I'll also throw this out there. I couldn't believe this story when I heard it. So we found out that the individuals that stole all the stuff from the Colorado locker room were recruits that were invited.
We broke the story on this show. We broke it. Barstool finally gave us credit. We broke it because a buddy of mine is directly involved in it, and a buddy of mine is the head coach there. They were not recruits. What they did was stole badges, manipulated their way in the locker room on a recruiting visit from other players on their own team. So they basically manipulated the badge system, got in there, infiltrated. And
but still, that's concerning that they were able to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy because they like I said, they got in on the list. They went with their other teammates that were on a visit, They kind of manipulated the system, got in there, and did their shit. So it's.
But that said, we've talked about this as a whole. Smitty, you coach, like we've all talked about this. This is the fall of America as we watch it. This is the major issue we have in this country is parents are not teaching their children how to behave in society anymore. And it's a generational problem for the last decade or more. And again, it's only going to get worse. This is not I had a bad day, so I'm going to jump my coach. Like, this is jumping your coach. This is, beating up old women on the street. Like, this stuff would happen randomly, but it just happens all the time now. All this stuff, it's a failure of society. We've all talked about this. This ain't gonna get any better either.
No, it's no respect. It's no discipline. It's stupid. All those players the team should just be like, there should be no football team. Like it just should be done. Like, no, the season's over. All those kids are removed from the team and removed from school. Any chance they had of playing, makes it next level is gone. It's out the way.
But what does that do to them now, Smitty? Because now what do they do? Because before this happened, this was their only outlet to not do stupid shit. And these individuals are already on their way to committing criminality because they're doing it against people that are trying to help them. Now what are they going to do? Now you have nothing. You're going to get kicked out of school, and you're all going to become statistics. So this person doing this, right? I don't know what he makes. He probably is a teacher at that school. I didn't make that much money. Like, teachers don't make that much. A lot of these coaches, I'm sure that guy's not making hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. I mean, what are we doing here? Like, what? But again, you can't even parent your kid anymore because all these parents do is hand them this and say, hey, go, have fun. And this is a dangerous tool to a young child. We've talked about that. What's a kid going to do with this? He's going to go out and find out things. He's going to be taught things. He's going to learn shit because he doesn't have anybody teaching him it, obviously. It's just a mess. And if you beat your kid now, guess what they're going to do? They're going to run to the teacher at school and say, hey, my dad, he slapped me last night.
Social services. They call social services.
Crazy.
Wow.
That's why I don't have no kids, and I don't want none.
Hey, yeah, that's why. Jeff, we got to get into some Free Game Friday because before we talk about Joe Burrow, let's talk about Joe Burrow real quick. He got injured last night again. Smitty brought up a point, that he's more injury prone than Lamar, who I go at a lot.
Great point.
And we've had this debate. So Dr. Jesse Morris is going to break down for everybody what's going on with Joe Burrow.
Evening, Dr. Morris, Fantasy Doctor. So let's talk about Joe Burrow. This is a follow-up video after we got a little bit more clarity. You can watch as it feels like a pop or felt like a pop, something like that. I don't like to hear that, especially when you saw him trying to throw on the sidelines and he's basically like, nope, I can't do it. It's not happening. Then he goes to the back, likely gets x-rays, and that's it. But he can't grip the ball. He can't throw the ball. Initially, it could have been elbow, could have been a bunch of things. But they confirmed it's a wrist injury in some capacity. Now, I want to show you this photo right here. Look at his pinky. It looks kind of funny. Now, that could be the FDP, we call it, which is the flexor tendon that is responsible for doing this. There are a ton of tendons in the hand. This gives you an idea. This is just half of them. There are a ton of ligaments in the wrist. Each little bone has basically 1, 2, or 3 ligaments attached to it, depending on which angle you're looking at. It's ridiculously complicated. There's a reason why there's a hand subspecialty in orthopedics. It's really, really complicated. But let's hope that this is just a mild sprain in their area on the side of caution. Okay?
So basically, he goes on.
That sounds great.
I got an issue. There's an issue out there that some people are thinking about, and we can't wait to get Doc on Tuesday. But there's a nerve that runs right here from this elbow, and it goes straight to there. And I've had it happen, and it's not fun. You cannot grip anything. If this nerve from your elbow goes down to your wrist, it controls the whole deal. I think it's in his elbow, to be honest with you, dog. And I'm kind of worried about this dude in the future. Just telling you, I don't think it's wrist at all.
Well, one thing we do know is he ain't going to be back this year. I mean, probably. I mean, unless it didn't look great. I mean,
unless it was an all collateral nerve, which is you hit it, it's kind of like a funny bone deal.
Yeah.
And then it goes away over 24, 48 hours, unless it's something very minute. But I think it's worse. Because he can grab the ball, but he can't control it. Like, I don't know I think it's something. I think it's going to be something that we're going to have to wait to see.
By the way, shout out to Herb Street on the broadcast. Man, it really took the wind out of the sails when he went out of the game. Well, really, thanks. By the way, Burrow to Jake Browning, there a bigger fall off on the fucking planet?
Yes, there is. It's called the Mormon Milk Hunter. The Jets would love to have Browning. The Jets would love to have
Jake Browning is bad. Dude.
Nah, I'm telling you right now, I was actually more impressed by Browning than I have been by Zach's fucking Mormon Milk Hunter all year. I thought the guy moved his feet well. I thought he made a couple throws. He made a throw that Irving should have caught. Even though I don't agree with the drop ball scenario based by the rule, I think Irving completely caught that fucking football, which changed a lot of momentum. People won't talk about because all the fucking casuals in here are just fantasy guys. And then when Burrow went out, guess what happened? Burrow's shitty because he only had you 9 fantasy points. But anyway, that is the truth. The kid actually made some throws. I was impressed. I think he's better than Zach fucking Mormon Milf Hunter. Well, to your point.
You know what the most bet thing last night in that game was? Mark Andrews over 4.5 catches. He gets 2 and goes out in like what the first.
Great segue. Here's the tackle that put him out, and this is the tackle I brought up to Steve Kim months ago, and I told him months ago again. Not that I'm breaking news, but I said wait till they take this tackle out, and then guess what? A month later, the NFL comes out and says we're going to think about taking the hip toss tackle out. I told Steve Kim 3 months ago, this tackle is worse than the horse collar. I've said it, and I'm going to continue to say it. That right there is a hip drag and toss tackle, which is similar to what you do in a MMA fight. That's similar to what you do in a street fight or an MMA situation. Like that is to me.
How do you prevent that though?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Looks like a normal down.
What I'm saying is we're so lazy in tackling now. And we're so lazy in the approach that we teach tackling that is from the back. We come from the back instead of trying to get, when we get to tackles late, we used to be able to grab the ankle or the feet because people would break those type of tackles back in the day. So we'd grab their ankles and they'd fall straight to their face, right? Now we're grabbing jersey and we're grabbing other things because of the videos I've done before. It's because the rules, bro. The rules have allowed these guys to be so scared to be fined, kicked out, or etc. that we're doing all these different tackles now. If you watch, Jeff, we're tackling more now, and our bodies are still standing up. Have you not noticed? We do the tackle like this, and we don't tackle no more. We don't go to the ground anymore.
You're a defensive guy. If you are on the Colts and they institute you can't do that anymore, how the fuck do you tackle? Like,
yeah,
how do you
I'm
in
with
the game
you actually on that. Like,
you square up.
I think 2 things can be true. I think, JB is right. It is a dangerous situation because we've seen it happen. Like when you fall on that ankle, you basically make that leg stuck into the turf and then you twist your body. So it is dangerous. But number 2, what you said, I don't see no way of changing it because it's a bang, bang play. This guy is running away from me. I'm trying to do everything in my power to get his ass down. The guy didn't go into the tackle like, I'm about to fall on his ankle. No, it was boom, boom. Like, there's no squaring up in this situation. There's no squaring up. Look, he hits the ball. He's past me. There's no square. I can't square up.
Your only goal is to get him down. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it is one of those freak things. Like, I don't really see how you change that at all. That's a regular ass tackle to me.
By the way, can I just say,
you slow it down, you see all the intricate details. But when you play at full speed, he's pursuing. The mark is his pass is hip. He's already behind him, wrapped up and fell down. I just a tackle.
Smitty looks like he's on one of them documentaries where you get real close to the camera and they got the light on you. Get closer to the camera. Yeah, it's like one of them documentaries.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that until now.
I am human. I am smart.
What'd you move? You moved, huh? That's cool. Good for you.
Yeah, man. My shit is it's a really nice spot. I'm just not set up yet, so you got the echo. So I hopefully by
would you move out to the valley or something?
By end of next week, I'll have the Wi-Fi right. I'll have the fucking setup. I'm trying to decide. JB won't help me out, Jeff, and I want your opinion too. You remember it? So I got the big ass poster, beautiful poster. Obviously, I can put that back here, keep it the exact same way. Cool. That's no problem at all. I love the poster. I'm kind of a fan of JB's setup though, where he has the TV.
Yeah.
He has the shelves. So I'm just trying to be a little patient before I just throw something up there because I don't know what's right on it.
You could do that, but you got to get the camera to where it's not right on your fucked up hairline. You got to back it up, so get it away. So now I can see, and then you can do it. We can see the other poster I got over there. Got the post,
By the way, guys,
because the thing is, you guys know I do a lot. I do JB show. I host my other podcast, The Porch, which is more of a nighttime vibe. So I think having a screen would be dope because then I can change the screen like JB does from fucking JB show, boom. Porch, boom. Bet on, you know what I'm saying? And I got shells, so I'm just trying to think of which route to go. You know what I mean? I got a lot of fucking space. I
think a TV would be a TV, little shelf. That'd be fine. Let me
ask y'all this, bro. Let me see.
He's like in a warehouse, Jeff. Motherfucker's in a warehouse right now.
Is this TV big enough, you think?
No.
Yeah, it looks
JB
fine.
said no.
It's as big as he has. That's the same size you have, JB.
No, it's not. That motherfucker's holding that thing in his hand.
Because my hands
Are you
I'm big as fuck. My hands
Jeff,
are yours.
Jeff, by the way, I'm 5 feet from my wall, so you can't
Decent.
tell.
Listen,
Vinny, what is that,
the worst
20?
people on the planet are fucking these fucking TV size clowns. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Smitty, is that a 20-inch?
No, it's a fucking, I think it's a 45 or 50.
That shit looks tiny as hell.
If it's not a 90-inch, they think you're a fucking bum, dude.
I got 90 inches, Jeff, so, you know. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
we know.
Jamie, that TV
No,
on
we're
your
gonna get
wall
a bigger
is
one.
fucking 40
Smitty.
inch.
I'll help you. We're gonna get a bigger fucking TV and then a 42-inch.
So, I just wanted to tell you something, JB. So, I've got a new idea for content that's coming in the new year. And when I start content, it usually works. Listen to what I'm going to do. This is my new idea. And I'm going to come to see you guys as my first trip. I'm going to start reviewing first class airlines. That's going to be my new content thing. And my first trip is going to be on the JetBlue Mint, the brand new sleeper first class in JetBlue. And it goes from Philadelphia to LA. And I'm going to review it. That's going to be my new thing. And I'm going to come to see you guys. That's going to be my new content idea. Travel blogger.
I like that shit. Okay. Because you know what's going to happen? You'll start getting brand deals for like free hotel stays, free travel stays, and you go wherever you want to for free. That's smart.
And I'm going to...
I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm going to do trains. Like, I'm going to take like Amtrak trains from like, you know... I'm going to do like... What's that?
Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Why did they say my mic's off?
I don't know. Your mic's been sounding great the whole show to me, but people in the chat's been saying that my shit sound better than yours, and I'm not using the mic right now. So I don't know.
Wait, is that true? You don't fly? Really?
I mean, I flew my whole life. I'd rather drive now.
So JetBlue has these new Mint Studios, they're called. It's your own little pod, bro. You got a bed, you know, bro, it's sick. I'm do that. I want to do that bad.
Yeah, I'd rather drive.
I'd rather drive.
I can't wait to see your new idea though. When then they slap the mask back on us, and then you have the mask on, and everybody's in there with the mask. That's why I won't fly, Jeff. To be honest, everyone's weird now on planes. I'll choke a motherfucker out so quick in a plane because I don't play around up in the air.
You don't wear a mask?
The first motherfucker that gets up and does some dumb shit, I'm choking the fuck out of you worse than Draymond Green. I'm telling you right now.
Wait, so did you ever wear a mask ever?
No.
Yes, you did. You had to.
No, I had a slapdick mask, and we had to wear it for my whiskey release launch party because the government was on our ass because I hosted it at my house, and they said you couldn't have over 15 people. Remember that whole crazy shit? So we did it for social media real quick, and then that was it. I never wore a fucking mask. You kidding me? I was in Lowe's with no mask.
I mean, JB don't really go nowhere. I didn't want to wear a mask, but like my problem was with the whole situation. I actually go places and shit a lot. I really enjoy going out to eat. I enjoy doing stuff. So it was like, fuck. I just feel like I ain't have no choice but to follow they fucking rules, or I'm losing my freedom. That's how I fucking felt.
What a wild time that was, dude. Seriously, we don't think enough about how wild that was.
Hey, Jeff, you know the lady on the flight, Tiffany Gomes or whatever?
Yeah, Gomez or some shit?
She blew up. She was on Alex Stein's show the other day. I got her info. I'm gonna have her on the show.
You told me the chick that was cussing motherfuckers out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of that was, but she's figured out how to.
She's actually looked pretty good.
That's the problem, man. It's like, why is she famous? Like, cool.
She looked pretty good.
Oh yeah, she's pretty for sure.
Yeah, speaking of looking pretty good, we didn't ask.
I don't know, Jeff. Jeff, I'm telling you, you saw that too?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. It's balloons. It's thumbs. Something's going on with our shit. I'm telling you.
I think y'all must be high as fuck. I ain't seeing shit. So, Jeff, let me ask you this. We've been talking about this the last 2 days straight. We haven't asked you. Do you believe, and I already know your answer, but do you believe that single men and single women can have platonic, strictly friend relationship without anything sexual, like just a straight, we're just friends, I'm cool with you, this and that? Do you believe you can?
No, I think that's.
Thank you.
I think it's weird as shit. To be fair,
Thank
I
you.
don't, I mean, listen, men are men. Okay.
Thank you.
Have you ever looked at anything involving a woman? It doesn't matter if she's whatever situation, and you're going to see people saying, "Look how hot she." Like that's all men think about when they see a woman is, "Do I want to fuck her or not?" That's it. And the only guys out there that say, "Oh, I could be friends," shut the hell up. You're trying to fuck her. Stop it. No,
Thank
you can't.
Thank you.
Stop with the whole, "Oh yeah, well, if I do that." No, you're trying to get it in.
You know what I'm starting to think? I think
No.
I'm not gonna say it publicly because Smitty got a wife and stuff, but I'm starting to think something going on here because I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
I guess what I'm saying is this.
No.
I'm not. So I believe that most men, any female friendship they have, if given the opportunity, they would smash 100%. I do agree with that. But I also believe that if the woman is not on that the man can adjust and just be cool with her and be okay with that. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
you're lying. You're a liar.
You're
a liar.
Let me make one thing clear. Every man on the planet, you ever ask a guy, "Yo, if she was laying on your bed, would you fuck her?" And he'll say, "No." Let me tell you something. 100% of men, if they walk in a room and a busted ass bitch is laying on the bed with her pussy open saying, "Fuck me," they're doing it. Most of them.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Come on, man.
Here's the thing.
That's all they think about.
This is why I'm single for life. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Billy Lump. Shut the fuck up. Here's what the bottom line is. A man will fuck anything. Keep it real. Stop bullshitting, Smitty. Stop playing the high and mighty card. This is the truth. A man will fuck anything. I won't anymore. I'm older now. I'm not going to go through it. But a man.
Are you not a man? Are you not a man? So don't flip it. Don't flip it and give yourself don't give yourself separate rules than everybody else.
Hold on. Let me finish my point though.
All right, my fault.
A woman is naive. Most naive human on the earth is a woman. A woman is nice by nature, a lot nicer than a man. Her radar is not as 360 as ours is. So when I used to have a woman, I would say, "Who you with?" "Oh, I'm with Johnny, Freddie, Bobby, all my, my law friends." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Where you at?" "The bar." "Oh, okay." So then she comes home or whatever, and I say, "Hey, what do you guys do?" "Oh, nothing." "Okay. So they want to fuck you, right?" "No, they're my friends." "No, all of them want to fuck you." The woman really is either A, lying to you and trying to fuck on you, or B, that naive and ignorant to think that these guys really just want to hang out with you at a fucking bar.
Hey, you want to tell? That's another thing. Smitty, if I ever have a wife or a serious girlfriend and she calls the electrician on her own and says, "Hey, I talked to the electrician today." Why are you talking to the electrician? What's up with that? I'll call him. I got that. I'm going to handle that. Because that electrician is trying to, I'm telling you, man, every man is trying to fuck, bro. You got to have some, nowadays, I don't want my wife.
No, so I feel you guys are like for a large part of it, but I do think part of this is like insecurities though too. If we're being honest, as men,
no, it ain't.
We're hella nervous of our women talking to any man because we think at any second the other man could like. If you're doing what you're doing at home, you shouldn't even really be too much worried about that. Now there's still some protective measures that you have to put into place. I get it, but at the same time, I'm not so concerned that, "Oh, my woman can't even step outside without me," or "I'm gonna fuck like."
Nah, I'm not saying that.
If that's the case, then shit. You know what I'm saying? And
that.
also, we work in sports, entertainment, media. We all doing different facets and different versions of it. It's impossible for me to not have any women relationships at all. Like, you're not. I don't think you're clarifying. Like, those are acquaintances and colleagues. They're not friends. You and her kicking it on your couch together, talking about the fucking Laker game. Why I pull my dick out for you to suck on, girl? No, that's the difference. These are acquaintances in a professional environment compared to friends as my homegirl. But it ain't always in sports. It ain't always a professional environment.
It's it's an
happy hours.
It's an acquaintance, dog. You don't clarify. I don't think you understand the difference between acquaintance, colleague, and friends. We're talking about a friend as a single man. I call up a girl and say, hey, come on over and let's talk about the oil in my fucking car. Can you help me change it? No, it ain't happening, bruh. I'm going to bring you over to fuck. That's what it is.
So you tell me the only value that a woman's bringing to y'all is sex. There's nothing else that they could possibly bring to
I'm
you.
not saying that, but what I'm saying is, but most pornos are involving like the plumber or like the mechanic or
the
like
pool man.
Yeah, why do you think they do that? Why do you think they do that? Because people fucking like it, and that's what should happen. I'm telling you, man. Call it out old school, but it's true.
Hey, Big Smitty, to your point, I'm gonna piss a lot of women off, a lot of people off here.
Damn.
I don't need another friend. I don't need another friend. I swear to God, I don't. The friend that I have is what I guess we call fuck partner. I guess that's what it is for me. I don't know if it's a friend. I'm gonna be nice to them. I'm treating them right. I'll buy them stuff, even dinners, food, whatever, if they need help, because they help me after we're fucking. We're already fuck partners. So I trust you to watch the dogs in the house and the da-da-da-da-da. I don't need a friend that I don't fuck to come over and watch the house. I don't have any type of fucking serious relationship with you. I don't need you. I could have a guy do that, homie. I could have my partner do that. My homeboy could do that, Smitty.
What value is your homeboys bringing you? Just name a few things.
Say what?
What value are like? What value does a homeboy, one of your homies, when you meet, when your home, whatever? What value do they bring to you?
They don't bring value. They just bring companionship. That's it.
Okay, cool. Stop right there. So why couldn't a woman bring companionship? Like just right there. Why is that?
Because I don't want to fuck. I don't want to fuck my homeboy. I want to fuck her.
But so Jamie, me and you have spoken. I'm not gonna say there's been women that you might have seen, came across, whatever the case may be, who you definitely ain't attracted to, and I know you're not fucking, but they might be cool as fuck. You can't just be cool with them. I don't believe you. You just said that you wouldn't fuck everybody.
They're not gonna be my friend though.
So you're only okay.
I don't need them, Smitty. I don't need that person. That woman right there, I don't need at all.
But you don't need your homeboys technically either, though.
No, that's why I said they're just to chill with, they're to drink with, watch the game with. That's a totally different deal. And guess what? Hey, dog, can you help me? I'm going to jack up the fucking whip. I got to change the back brake pad. Can you hold this motherfucker up for a minute? Okay, cool. Is Sheila doing that?
That's so rare, though. Okay, but the woman can go in there and throw down in the fucking kitchen though and clean that motherfucker up for you and do other shit too.
Smitty, why are you not understanding? I know. That's why I'm fucking her.
Why does the fucking gotta be a part of it? Why can't she come through, watch the game, because she likes to watch sports?
Avoid the truth so bad. He wants to avoid this truth so bad, Jeff, that he just can't grasp the concept that men and women are sexual beings. They want to fuck each other. That is what we are put on earth to do.
Yeah, it's mostly
that's what we were here
it's
for.
mostly the men that want to do that.
Yes, I think women are bad too.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to tell you it's not the right way to think, bro. I'm not. Like, listen, I'd love to find a fairy tale, but then again, it's like when I come home, it's like I don't really want them. Like, no offense, Smitty, but if a girl tried to come over here and clean my kitchen, I'd say, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? You don't live here. Beat it. I'll clean my own kitchen. All right. I have a cleaning lady.
This is my last question for y'all. It's my last, and I'm done.
Yeah.
So you meet a girl, she's attractive. Your first thought is, man, like she look good. I love to hit.
Yes.
That, right. Boom.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. That's regular. That's cool. That's normal. Like as a man, it's normal. You get to actually know her a little bit. You know, on this initially on a friendly level. She like she fucks you as a person, but like she's made it clear that she's not about to be giving you anything.
No, I have no interest. What would we have in common?
At that point, you're cutting her off. You're like, there's nothing.
Yes, because
no matter how cool she is, it's a wrap. You're deleting her number. It's a wrap.
I don't have what's the point? Let me tell you something. Me personally, I don't even care enough to hang out with people. Like, it's a waste of my time. For what? When I'm a kid, I do that, but not anymore. I have too much going on anyway. I got stuff I got to record. We all have a life anyway. No. If you're coming over to my house, there's a reason.
I just feel like, man, like as a man, even if you're not hitting, sometimes it's good to be around women companionship versus a man. Even if you're doing the same shit. If I'm watching the game, sometimes I be cool to watch the game with some good-looking women around and just a whole bunch of a meat fest. You know, is what
You
they
better
call
not
it.
be married.
Well, I think luckily Smitty's found a good woman, and he's lucky because a lot of us can't. So good for you.
I hear you. Y'all can, but the more y'all teach me, I'm understanding why y'all haven't yet. Y'all gotta change some rules around and some thoughts.
But Smitty, I've seen some of the things you said in the Discord. You admit it too. You know a man's number one reason on this earth is to stare and look at another motherfucking woman. Stop playing with me.
For sure. And when you're married, you don't stop looking. Like I'm not.
So
you don't go blind.
Why am I going to hinder myself?
I'm not saying the thought isn't there. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, but once that woman is, you see, she's not trying to go that route, but she still adds value. She's still dope as hell. She still, helps you in other ways, whatever case may be, like whatever friendship that way is. I'm saying there's still some value there where y'all can have a cordial relationship without fucking. Like y'all like it's like fuck me not, fuck me not, fuck me not.
Hey,
like, damn,
Smitty,
like that's it.
Smitty, when we get off here, okay, I don't want to talk about this publicly. There's a porn star, certain one, okay. I'll tell you what happened with her and I, and why I'll tell you.
I can't wait.
I don't have enough time to go out and hang out with there's a girl that I hung out with on Friday night. Like, I'm trying to fuck her. Like, she's hot, bro. I saw her, we hung out, the vibes weren't there. She's like, hey, let's get some shit. I'm like, no, let's not. Like, I have to go. Like, I left, bro. Time's money. Like, I'm good. Not interested. I'm not trying to be a friend. I'm not trying to, be your father. Like, I'm good. Bye.
See, Smitty, you're at that age where you could just go to bar to club to spot, outside farmers market, chill, see women, talk, be friendly. You're just that natural guy. You got your personality. I would fucking throw up in my own mouth if I had to go to all those fucking places to kick it with some fucking broad I don't know. Fuck that. I don't want to even be around human beings. I don't like y'all. I want to be at home by myself with my dogs and have some pussy come to me. Fuck all that other shit. And trust me, I fuck like a rabbit more than anyone else.
Boy, JB said, he said, I don't like humans. You sound like my wife. That's our favorite phrase. I don't like humans. I hear you though, man. Hey, to each his own, man. Hey, to each his own. I hear you.
Here's the thing. I got to ask you something real quick. Before we get into this, we got about 40 minutes of this football breakdown stuff.
Y'all funny as hell.
Bro, the guy's the worst. He really is.
Joey B is that's all he talks about is porn stars in this show for the last 4 years.
He's obsessed. It's so weird, bro.
He's done this for 4 years. I know he's a fan of yours, but he talks about porn stars.
He ain't a fan of mine. He can go fuck himself.
Maybe. I thought he was. I got to ask you, this Michigan thing, what did you take before we get into college football?
Fuck this again.
Legit or not on the not fighting it?
I mean, why not do what they did? I mean, these games, I don't know. It's hard though because you don't want them there for the Ohio State game. I think you just got to say, you know what, F it. I'm just gonna take I'll take the punishment, so I don't got to worry about it in the future. I guess if that's all it is, if that's what they're saying, hey, it's three game thing. That's that. Yeah, you do what you got to do. It's almost like, for instance,
take the plea.
Right? Yeah, like I know if I take this, if I go to court, I'm going to get life. I'll take the 30 years because, if I'm good, I'm 20 years, I'm out, like that Sam Bankman-Fried guy, the curly haired cat that stole all the money. I guarantee, bro, he wishes he didn't go to trial and he just took like 20 years because now he's going to get fucking 40 years. Like, sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I'm going to take the plea.
All right, so you're in tune with college football. You know what's going on. You know what's happening with all this. top 5 coaches that are wanted right now to get a job. In your opinion, who are they? Here's mine. Who do you think is number 1 on the board for A&M, Michigan State, all these big jobs that are about to open up? Who would you hire first? Who would you go after first?
Well, I think for me, there would be 2 options. It's very simple. Number 1, Urban Meyer. You make a great point. I think he's right up there, as you've talked about, with Saban and some of the big boys. Number 2, I would put Deion Sanders in there. Look, as many know, I'm not the biggest Deion guy in the world, but I think in that area, in that Texas, SEC, they're all of a sudden, if they hire Deion, they're up there with, the Alabamas and the recruiting of the Georgias. That would be interesting. I think, is Colorado his long-term spot? Probably not. But he's off the board, yeah. Dan Lanning, I don't have a problem with that list. I think it's fine. Coach, let me ask you, what about the Signetti? Would you consider that if you're like a Penn State? He's not big enough for A&M, but Signetti's a good coach at JMU, man.
Yeah, Signetti. I don't know. What's going on with that? They appealed, right?
They're not getting in, which it's stupid rule. Why the fuck are you going to accept teams but you don't let them? Why can't they play in a bowl? Can someone explain that? Why?
It's the NCAA, bro. It's the NCAA.
Fucking rule.
It's the NCAA.
So dumb.
Right now, before we break these games down, who is your Heisman favorite?
Bo Nix is the Heisman favorite right now in the odds. I think after last week, I think you got to go Jaden Daniels. I think when you watch him play, he is the most electrifying player in the country. Penix, big game over the weekend. I think he's right there. I think it's a flip right now. A couple of guys. Drake May's out. He ain't winning the Heisman. Dylan Gabriel ain't either. It's a 3-horse race. It's Bo Nix.
Nah, I don't. This isn't my Heisman list. This was just last week's performance.
Yeah.
I'll just bring it up.
I'll throw one name in there though.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. I don't know if he.
I don't think a receiver will win, but I think he will be invited.
He will be in the room.
Yeah, besides the kid at Alabama a few years ago, he had so many touches on national TV that just blew you away. I don't think you see the same with Marvin Harrison. He just doesn't get enough touches on national game day.
Here's my thing, though.
Exhilarating.
I would give it to Penix, personally. I think when you really look at it, because they're the only undefeated team on this list, okay? And if they go to the end of the season, like if they go into Corvallis and beat Oregon State this week, and they kind of have that TCU feel to me, where they're going to go all the way to the Final Four. And by then, it won't matter because you've already decided. Penix, if they're undefeated, I think he wins. Because
I got to be honest, though. I don't believe Marvin Harrison Jr. is even the top 3 receiver in college football this year. I think the kid at Missouri is better. I think the kid at LSU has been better. I think that he's probably 3rd best receiver in America right now.
I mean, listen, I mean, I respect his opinion a lot. Like but Coach, I think you got to give him some respect. He's the best one-off receiver in college. I mean, I like Luther Burden a lot. But again, if you're going to say to me, I need one receiver in a game, he's the guy. I mean, he's dominated some legit defenses. Penn State.
Yeah, the kid, what's his name at LSU? Neighbors or something?
Malik Neighbors, yeah.
I think that kid's more explosive, at least this year. See, we're recency bias guys. I'm talking about this year. I think you're talking about overall body of work.
If he goes in and stunts against Ohio State,
Marvin been balling every game. Like, look at his numbers. Like, every single game he's been balling out.
Can I just say before we get into the games here, I want to make this very clear. Kelly Oubre did not get hit by a car. That didn't happen. It's a fucking lie. It never happened. And number 2, I'm one of the only people that's reported on this. The Philadelphia Eagles know my face. Trust me. I'm going to be surprised if they don't ban me from fucking Lincoln Financial Field. That story with Jalen Carter happened. However, he didn't get charged, but he was detained. He was acting stupid. He was mouthing off, and they weren't happy with it. So they detained him for a minute. The only reason I put the story out is because he's on probation currently, and the Eagles were contacted by it. But Kelly Oubre didn't get hit by a car. It's fucking bullshit. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me ask you.
So what really happened there?
He got beat up. Watch, it'll come out. Come on, let me ask you, seriously. That is the second most surveilled city in America. In fact, if you go to fucking bumfuck Iowa and get hit by a car, there's going to be a camera that finds it. Ring, doorbell, whatever. In a 6-block radius, north, south, east, and west, the Philadelphia Police Department looked every way. No find of a car accident. It ain't. Come on, man.
I agree with you. Chris Partridge, linebacker from Michigan, was just fired. This thing just keeps getting like crazier and crazier. They fired linebacker coach. I don't know what his connection was. You don't just fire a linebacker coach on one of the best defenses in America for no reason. So I have no fucking idea what's happening in Michigan. It smells like this is just going to get worse before it gets better. This could be a complete blow up in everybody's face. I don't know what's happening here, but it just seems like every day there's something new.
You know, the thing is that I find interesting is they just keep winning games, which, you know, I think you got to respect. This Maryland game is interesting because Maryland, I'll ask you guys, look at the schedule that Michigan's played. This is surely the best offense they played all season. Surely. Yeah. I mean, you got Ohio State on deck. You got to go to College Park. You got all this crap happening, and you're not laying 5 points here now. You're laying 3 touchdowns. Interesting spot for Maryland.
Yeah, I agree. It's getting interesting in Michigan, dog. I'm just going to say the least. Let's get into some games. I know you talked about the Oubre thing and the Jalen Carter thing, and then they showed Jalen Carter giving out turkeys, and everything's all good again. Like,
Hold on.
He is.
I'm not knocking the kid. I'm not. I love him. I have him to win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
No, you love him as a player. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I love him as a player. I don't, it doesn't matter who he is. If that were Allen Iverson, that had been reported. If that were anybody, it would be reported. But not for nothing. You know why he's doing that turkey drive?
Why?
He's 50 hours of community service. It's mandated.
It's PR too.
How to do it. Yeah.
It's PR too.
Why was Drew Rosenhaus there? Seriously.
Exactly. It's PR, bro.
Come on, man. Because he didn't want anyone to ask him the question. And there was a reporter that did ask him the question. And guess what Rosenhaus says? We're not commenting on that. Why? It's your player. He was reportedly detained by the Philadelphia Police Department. Here's the incident number. If you want it, I can give it to you. Like, what do people think? I just sit in my fucking house and make this shit up because I'm trying to derail the Eagles season?
Right.
What are we talking about here?
I don't know. It's just crazy. All right, let's get some games. So Michigan, Maryland 6-4. This is -19 Michigan. I mean, they just fired another coach. I mean, that has to, the kids to me are going through. I mean, they're very. To me, Harbaugh being there all week long calms the storm. That's why this is a joke to me. Suspend them, then suspend them, meaning you can't have contact with the team. That would be a suspension. This is basically a stupid ass fucking another NCAA way of just saying, hey, we're just going to throw a monkey wrench into your season because you're getting ready to play Ohio State. This is how I look at it. And I'm not even a Michigan guy or a Harbaugh guy. Like I said, we don't even fucking like each other. Here's the deal. The kids have been they have gone through and they're as tough skinned as a group as I've seen, and that is testament to Jim Harbaugh, period. And if he can get those kids right all week long, and then during the game, which he would just basically have headphones on anyway, it's not like he's missing. We're not missing a lot. He's prepped the team. He's prepared them. They're going to go in here. I think they'll get by Maryland in a tough, closer game than people think, and then they'll get ready for Ohio State. And then obviously the winner of that will play in that title game, and the other team will probably, if Michigan lost, I would assume they would just be totally put out of this thing because everybody wants them out anyway as voters. You know that. They're waiting for one hiccup, man. One fucking hiccup. That's why I hope Michigan just gives everybody a shit sandwich and wins it all, just for this simple reason. But you don't think they cover 19, do you?
I don't. I think this is just a tough spot as a team. I think they win. I mean, they'll probably win by 14, 17, something like that. But with the look-ahead game on deck, just with all the things that are going on, Maryland is a decent offense. I think this is the best offense that Michigan will play. Here's the thing, though, and this is why college football, I think you can make money this week and next week. You have teams that are in precarious situations where if you're Maryland, you've won 6 games, you're going to a bowl game, you're not winning anything in this conference. outside of it being a home game and it's Michigan, I guess this is more interesting just because they're undefeated and you want to play really well. But it's hard in certain games for some of these teams. Like, we'll talk about it. Duke is going to lose this week against Virginia. They have nothing to play for. In this case, Maryland wants to be that team. Last year, this is 34-27 game. And that was a good Michigan team last year. It put up a good amount of points. So I think if you're going to give me 19, I'd lean on taking Maryland. But for me to actually bet this, I need 21 points or more because 19 is a no man land number. Score's not going to fall 40-20. I want 21 points or more so I can have that little insurance.
Yeah. I don't know if they cover 19. I think it'd be a close game, but if Michigan just mud stomps them again, I'm telling you, it could be one of the best coaching jobs we've seen in recent history that Harbaugh is doing from afar. Alabama plays unbelievably tough Chattanooga. I mean, Steve, that's the shit I'm talking about, man. Like, this is the fucking shit. Let's put the best 4 teams in and let's play a good team every week. But no, we'll play fucking Chattanooga week 10. Louisville, Miami. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, though, this is very helpful, though, to Chattanooga. I mean, this will help their athletic program consistently. So I guess you got to give Nick a little credit. They're not terrible. Do they score 7 or more in this game, Coach?
Probably, because Alabama don't give a fuck. They'll be
52-10 or something.
Yeah, they'll be 49-0, and then they'll let them score or something maybe.
49-14. Shout out to the small schools out there because we need that money.
Yeah,
sure.
Too bad it's just mediocrity is the new excellence. All right, Louisville, Miami. This is an interesting game because Louisville can win out. They'll play Florida State in the ACC title game, correct?
Yes.
Is that on pace? Okay. I think they beat Miami. I think Steve Kim's going to be pissed. Miami's -1 in Miami. I think I want to see Louisville play Florida State. I think they could beat Florida State. I think that's going to throw another monkey wrench in this whole playoff thing if Louisville beats Florida State. Who you got in this one?
One thing I've learned, though, about the ACC is that outside of Florida State, this conference just does a lot of dumb shit. Like Louisville. I mean, this is a big game. You got everything in front of you, but I just don't trust anyone in this conference outside Florida State. I just don't. I like Louisville. I like Brom a lot. But remember, when you play Miami, are they kind of a clumsy Doppler type of team? Yes, but they still get the same recruits, possibly even better than Louisville. And it's a home game for Miami. Plus, this line makes no sense. I mean, Louisville's a way better team, yet they're a pick'em, essentially. I don't trust Louisville, and I think for some reason this is going to be a very close game, and you're going to be sitting on your hands if you bet them in this game. Also, you can look around this number. FanDuel has 1.5. Another book has pick'em. I've even seen Miami as a favorite at certain books. I think Miami wins this game. I wouldn't bet this game in a 10-foot poll.
Wow. Oklahoma, I don't really care about. They have no implication on playoffs, so I want to get to the brass tacks because Sunday we'll have Last Chance Q with Sean and we'll talk NFL. But this day we're going to get these games picked. Willie Fritz and Tulane just continues to win games.
Hey,
the big one out west here, Utah, Arizona. Arizona's head coach, Jed Fish, will probably be in the mix for someone's team that opens up like Arkansas. I don't think he's a big enough name for an A&M, even though he has NFL ties with Belichick. I don't know if he's a big enough sexy hire. I think A&M always wants to go sexy, which is ignorant, and ignorance is life-threatening. That's why they're fucking in the hole paying $77 million. That's why they're shitty. That's why they're overachievers, etc. Anyway, Utah, Arizona. Big, huge game. Not for playoff implications, but on the Pac-12 implications. Arizona 7-3, 5-2. He could be up for Coach of the Year. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, real quick, back to Louisville. They have never went into Miami and won, ever, in their history. It's never happened. So keep that in mind. As far as Arizona, yeah, I mean, this is quite the turnaround. I mean, this team was a doormat a year or two in college football in the Pac-12. They lost every game 44-6, it seemed like. Yeah, this is quite the job. I mean, and it's a way better conference this year. It's a shame that groups like A&M think that way because, you know, a lot of the coaches that are actually really good are missing them by. Yeah, I would lean Arizona. I have no interest in stepping in front of this team. They've been great on defense. The quarterback's been solid. They've also covered 8 of 10 games. That means every game this year, if you've bet on them, you've covered nearly 80% of the time. That's very impressive. Utah I like, but I just don't trust their offense. I trust Arizona on both sides of the ball.
The quarterbacks hurt them. But this is a tough one. I'm going to go Winningham in this one, man. I think that they're just so nutty and gutty. I think Arizona's on a high. I think Utah's going to bring that high down a little bit, and I'm going to go with it. Our main man, Eric Weddle's alumni, alma mater, Utah.
Utah has won every game that they were like supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? Like the few losses they have is teams that, okay, we went in thinking that Oregon would probably beat them. We went in thinking that this team would beat. But the teams that understood that they're supposed to win, they've won them. So I do agree with you, Jeff. I think the Arizona team, it looked good. It's going to be a tough physical matchup, but I got to agree with JB on this. I'm going with Utah.
Georgia, Tennessee.
Yeah, listen, hold on real quick. I'll also just say, we don't talk enough about Winningham. Okay, again, this is a third-string quarterback, and they are very relevant in this conference. Like, that's so hard to do. Listen, if I'm A&M, I would give him whatever he wants to come to A&M. He'd be my guy. Yeah. But again, for whatever reason, I don't think he really wants it. He ain't never leaving Utah. That's just where he wants to be. You know, shout out to him.
Exactly. And you got Boise State open. I've heard Jonathan Smith, Boise State. He was there before, obviously, as an OC, but there's no way that's a drop down.
Coach, hey, Coach, let me also say one thing. One of your commenters is saying it very succinctly. You look at Jed Fish. 99.8% of America has no idea who he is. Most of them, though, know who Deion Sanders is. And that's more when I talk about Deion, my issue. Jed Fish is a 10-time better coach than Deion Sanders, but he will never get the respect because he doesn't do certain things as far as recruiting and that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, even
Arizona is doing what Colorado was supposed to do. That's 100% right. That's agreed.
I don't know if I agree with that either because Colorado was horrible last year. So, I mean,
Arizona was terrible. This team,
but he's been there. But he's been there, though. He's been there, though. Like this, it's a different scenario to me. I get what you're saying, but Jed Fish has been there. This is year 3. You know what I mean? So it's not year 1.
Yeah, like we got Colorado's story's not done yet. Like I think we're like both sides. Either A, you just love Colorado and they're gonna win the Natty this year, and that was way too far. Or B, I feel like you're kind of on Jeff's end, and you're like, this guy fucking sucked. Deion's horrible. I think there's more. I think there's somewhere in the middle, and there's a lot of gray area that we just don't even know yet.
Hey, Darnell, let me ask you. I will say, I think what he's given to make them relevant is awesome. Good for him. But I'll ask you, do you really think next year, let's say, do you really think they win 8 or 9? I mean, again, they'd have to go, and we don't even know if he's going to stay there. You know damn well if they throw him a huge contract, which they can at AM because they have a huge endowment in the football program, and that's why they can pay $70 million and then offer someone so amount of money. That's fertile ground. He's out.
I don't know if he leaves his kids, though.
His kids are still there. Like he's not going to leave Shador and Shiloh.
They'll come with him. They'll come with him.
They can't transfer again.
Can't transfer.
No? I don't know the rules.
Yeah, they can't transfer.
They can't transfer.
I think one of them can, contrary to people's belief, because I think one redshirted or something at Jackson. I forgot. I know there's
why can't you? Because I've seen kids in college basketball, they'll transfer 3 different times in 3. Like
no, they just changed the rule this year.
In January.
Really?
January changed the rule. You got to sit out or you got to appeal and all that.
Yeah, another stupid thing. Why?
But that's why you guys remember early in the season, North Carolina's wide receiver was Tez Walker. He was ineligible to play at first, and he fought it, and they finally let him play. But that's because he transferred right before the new rule was set into place. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, Shiloh's a grad transfer. I think Shiloh can go for sure. I don't think Travis can't though. Hunter's done. He has to stay. So I don't know. Deion would have a bad name if he left and took Shador and Shiloh, and then left Travis there. All right, real quick, the last 15 minutes. Georgia, Tennessee. Any hiccup there? Georgia on a mission to face Alabama in the final. What's going on there? Can Georgia have a down here, or is Tennessee even formidable here? -10, Georgia -10 in Knoxville. Tough place to play. Where you got this game?
Man, if you want to step in front of Georgia, go ahead. Have fun with that. But Brock Bowers is back. The defense has been great. I'll tell you what they did last week, man, they got jumped on quick. Ole Miss dropped 14 on them. From then on, it was, okay, let's let's get back into who we are. See ya. Yeah, no, Joe Milton, that is the feel to me, coach, of like Joe Milton's 12 for 28 with 140 yards or something, couple interceptions. I think they make him look pretty bad. And isn't that a revenge game? Didn't Tennessee beat them last year? Or no?
Nah, Georgia hasn't lost.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm thinking of Alabama.
Yeah, they beat them in a shootout.
Yeah.
All right. Iowa, they're already set to play the Michigan-Ohio State winner, so that doesn't fucking matter.
The Big Ten West stinks, man.
It's
That's
horrible.
the fucking team we're going to get, Iowa.
It's
Right.
horrible. Joey B said your feelings are hurt. Ohio State, Minnesota. I mean, I don't see anything there. Oregon, Arizona State. I don't see anything there. The big game here is Washington, Oregon State. That is a huge one, in my opinion. Even bigger than Arizona, Utah, of course, because this is direct playoff implication for Washington to replay Oregon, unless Oregon has a huge hiccup by Arizona State. By the way, I think Arizona State's going to play Oregon much tougher than anyone out there thinks after beating UCLA. But I don't think they'll have enough. Washington, Oregon State. It's a pick'em game. I'm seeing all these different things. It's in Corvallis, tough place to play. Does Washington have a hiccup here? Because they still got to play Utah, do they not?
If I were Michigan State, I would do very important things to get Jonathan Smith to go there. I think he'd be a great coach in that.
Wait, who's Washington end up with before you start? Washington ends up with this team in Wazoo, right?
Correct.
The Apple Cup. The Apple Cup.
This is the game. Apple Cup ain't going to be that's not going to be an issue. I think I've said before, I think Washington's TCU this year. I think they just find ways to win games every time, and you can keep betting against them. But again, they have a significantly better quarterback in this game. Look, DJ's been good. We got to give him respect for that. They're a good offense. But I'll tell you one thing, their pass defense at Oregon State is not good. It's struggled this season. I think this is kind of turns into a shootout, which is not what I think Oregon State wants. I think it'll be a back and forth game. But if you're going to give me Washington State as a dog, that don't make a lot of sense to me. There's a lot here going. Yeah, I go UW.
It's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be a 4:30 kickoff here on the West Coast tomorrow.
Do you want to bet against Penix? Do you want to do that? Because I don't.
I like Jonathan.
I did it once and I got fucked.
I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting game here.
But if you're a Michigan State coach, you got to go after Smith, right? I mean,
if you're who?
Like a Michigan State?
Yeah, you do.
I mean, he'd be perfect.
I don't know if you saw the court order and the court situation with Wazoo and Oregon State. They're basically saying we're going to take the Mountain West. We're going to bring them with us in the Pac-2 for the next 2 years, see how it all unfolds, see if we can draw some other folks in. I'm actually happy they're doing that to keep West Coast football alive. I think it's not going to be the greatest conference, of course, but at least they're going to keep, Wyoming and an Air Force and Fresno, San Diego State. At least here on the West Coast, you don't have to travel to fucking Virginia to play a conference game.
Is that comment by G-Rod, the first sentence, is that one of the dumbest things you've ever seen?
By what?
That G-Rod first sentence in his comment?
Oh, I don't even know. I'm not even looking at the fucking thing. Where is that?
Joe Burrow is a wimp.
Where's that at? What did he say?
Joe Burrow is a wimp.
Oh, I don't know.
What? He broke his hand or something, dude. Like,
hey, Jeff be in that chat, don't he?
Yeah, Jeff be knowing everything. I don't even know what's going on. Jeff be
like, what are you talking about?
I can't even see the chat because I'm doing my phone right now. I can't even see the chat.
Joe Burrow is a wimp. Yeah, I'm sure he's just pretending he's hurt. Like, what?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Texas, Iowa State. Oh, Florida, Missouri. Florida has to play Florida State still, I believe, in their rivalry next week. So Florida is looking probably to that game, but they're 5-5. I don't know if Napier even gets through this. They're losing recruits, I'm hearing. Missouri 8-2, 4-2, much better year than most people thought. Are they covering 11 in Columbia?
Well, I'm not sure if they cover 11. I would lean on them cover 11. I like the over in this game. It seems like every game Florida plays in, it's like 52-34. I like the over. I go over the total.
Texas, Iowa State. Texas wins out, and they'll end up playing who? Oklahoma again? No, Oklahoma State, huh?
I think so. I'm not sure exactly.
I mean, it's going to be very interesting if Alabama wins out and Texas wins out. I can't wait to see how this committee picks this deal. But can Iowa State, who's actually starting to play decent, they're 5-2 in the Big 12. Can they even do anything here to disrupt this Texas run?
Yeah, because defensively, Iowa State is always really good. They're well coached, and they're throwing the ball a lot more this year, which this offense isn't just a run, boring offense. Cyclones have been tough. That's a tough place, Ames to go play. Texas, we've seen have certain deficiencies at certain points. I don't know, though. This game screams low scoring to me. I think this is like a 21-17 type of game. I think Iowa State does take the art of the ball a little bit, want to establish the run, but both these defenses are really good. I kind of lean Iowa State here. I think anything over a touchdown. They're a plucky little dog.
We won't give too much NFL out because of Sunday's show with Sean Salisbury, Last Chance Q, 11 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss it, 8 a.m. Pacific. But let's just do one game real quick. This is one I think is really interesting. Raiders, Dolphins. 5-5 Raiders. They're 1-4 away. They go to Miami Gardens. Dolphins 6-3, 4-0 at home. I'm kind of leaning towards the Antonio Pierce-led brigade running NWA and drop low lows and 6-4 pulling up to Miami. I think they're going to play hard and get after Tua, Max Crosby. And I think the Raiders found an identity in running the football with Jacobs. And I think they're going to be a much closer game than people think.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's going to be a close game, but it's in Miami. I like
Miami's soft, dog. Miami's soft, bro. I agree with Jeff on Miami's take. He said it a month ago. Miami hasn't beat a 500 team in 2 years. Like,
they're soft.
Antonio Pierce is bringing that hood. And hey, Antonio's bringing Compton to Miami. They're gonna rough them up. They're gonna put their fucking grill in their.
Yeah, but here's the issue, okay? And let's be honest. I mean, give them respect for winning the game, but they're more a losing team than a winning team. Like 5-5 is cool and all, but let's be real. They're not like a contender. We don't actually think they can contend. And what does Miami do to these types of teams? Well, I'll tell you. Giants 31-16, Dolphins 42-21, Patriots 31-17. They blow these teams out generally. So look what they did to the Broncos. If you're going to give me this type of, I think this number's telling you Miami's going to roll probably. I mean, because look at how good the Raiders were over the weekend, and Dolphins are down. But again, they beat bad teams. I think they take some frustration out too. Aren't they off a bye as well?
They're off a bye, and they lost their last game, I think, right? And like out of the country or some shit. So like,
buddy,
so Tyreek didn't have his best game. I think these guys gonna come out here fresh, ready. And as much as I like Aiden O'Connell for the future, he's not that guy right now. He's going through learning curves. I just think Dolphins is going to win the game. But I do agree with Coach that it will be a closer game, I think, that people are suggesting.
By the way, who was the imbecile that decided we're going to put the Dolphins, the Chiefs, and the Eagles all on bye the same week? Who did that? What a dumb decision that was. I think this is like 31-13, though. I'm going to lay it.
Are the Chiefs off again?
Nah, Monday night.
Chiefs play the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, finally.
Super Bowl rematch. Yeah. Game of the week.
I think that's dumb scheduling, too, I'm going to be honest with you. I think they should have played week 1 and not now. Now it's like, to me, it's the dumbest shit, dog.
I like now. I know I know why you're saying it. I feel you, but I like now because now both teams are kind of established their identities and who they are. Week 1, it would have been a horrible game. They're still in the preseason. Both teams not even fully who they are. Now, I'm expecting to be a great game.
Detroit Chiefs wasn't a horrible game.
Hey, let me tell you something. This Buffalo Bills team has problems. Okay, this ain't just a couple of game thing. This team stinks, and the fact that they're laying a touchdown to a damn good defense and the Jets, who I think also are off a bye. Look, why are we putting numbers with this team at like the Bills are 5-5? It's not like they lost a game or two in a row. This team had just fired the offensive coordinator. It's clear they have offensive problems. They're not the same team on defense. Josh Allen has chronic issues that don't seem to be getting any better. And you look at this game, last 3 games they played, 6 points, 8 points, 3 points. They've all been decided by one possession. And this is not a good Bills team. This ain't that same Bills team. So, yeah, for me, I have no idea why they're a 7-point favorite here. None.
And they got tons of injuries, too. Matt Milano out. I mean, Von's back, but he hasn't got a sack in 5 games. Like, yeah, this team is not hot right now. But it's just hard to, like, the Jets is such a fucking up and down. You don't know what Zach Wilson you're going to get. Their defense is phenomenal, yes, but you still need some level of offense to win the game. And we don't know if we're going to get there or not. Zach might have one of those decent games where he throws 20 yards, 2 touchdowns, and cool. But he might go out there and throw for 85 yards, 2 picks, and that's, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, Zach is the X factor. How he plays will determine if the Jets have a realistic chance or not.
I'll tell you another game I like this week. Tampa, plus 12. Tampa, defensively, good. We know they have some weapons. That's another game I like. I like Tampa. Tampa. Tampa.
Let's save some of it for last chance Q on Sunday. Let me ask you, Jeff, what you got going on for the weekend, man? You got big plans? What's the vibe tonight? What's going on?
Well, typical weekend for me. Get some content done. Go out there in the night. Wednesday, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Have a good time. We're a small town around here. We have a, we do what we do. We do what we do. Do I have anything else going on? No, I don't. What about you?
Do you have an upset pick of the week in college football?
Yes. I'm not sure if it's an upset, but I think the spot's great. Virginia against Duke. Duke is bowl eligible. They have nothing to play for. It's been a rough run for them. They're off a overtime loss against their bitter rival. Now they got to go on the road in a game that doesn't matter against sleepy Virginia, who's 2-8. Virginia's played teams tough the last 5-6 weeks. This is a stone cold spot that you want to back Virginia in. I'm getting 4 with the Cavs. They played better. I think they get the job done here. This is an awful spot. I mean, Smitty, were you ever bowl eligible at Ball State? Did you ever get to a bowl or no?
First 2 years, I went to 2 bowl games, my guy. We actually beat Virginia in one of those years at Virginia after they paid.
Well, I ask you, like when you get to 6-7 wins and you can't win the MAC title or whatever, you have to feel like it's not as – what was the thought process for you with that?
It's a good question. I mean, for us, often in our schedule, at least my first 2 years when we were actually good, the team that we needed to beat to get into the MAC championship was Northern Illinois during those years. And they were often later in our schedule anyway. So we kind of always had something to play for. Now, once we lost that game, obviously you do lose a little like, damn, like we can't go. But the thing about, like, at least me, I speak for myself and some of my teammates, like, even if you don't have any other bigger goals for the team per se, just your natural competitive nature and the fact that we all think we're going to the league. I don't care if you're MAC, Big Ten, if you're playing Division I football and you're at that level, you think you're going to the NFL. So regardless if we're fucking 0-11 or 11 or 10-1, we got to put good film on tape. So you still motivate to go out there and play well. You know what I'm saying? So
now let me ask you, was that how old are you, Smitty, by the way?
I'm about to turn 30 in January. I'm 29 years old.
So was that Jordan Lynch that was there?
Yes, Jordan fucking Lynch, bro. Don't say his name to me. The Heisman contest. This guy was phenomenal in college. And
so when I
now go
real
ahead.
Quick. Yeah, when I was younger, so this was back like 10 years ago. This was when I bet money I didn't have. I remember Northern Illinois, man. I bet them a lot, man. They were a fucking train, bro. That team with Jordan Lynch was sick. That was
forget that they played, I think, Florida State in like a big time bowl game there, and they actually hung tough. It was like 21-9.
I think it was Baylor. I remember. Yeah.
And Coach, Ball State, we competed with them. Like we were the best 2 teams, if I'm being real, in the MAC. It just we were both on the same side of the division, so we had to play each other. And kind of like Michigan, Ohio State. It's like the winner of that will go, and then the other one just can't go. So.
Hey, JB, are you okay, man? People are saying you look upset. Are you all right?
No, I got a car being delivered, and I'm waiting on it. You want to see it?
Oh, another Cadillac.
I got shit going on, too.
Nice. Buick Riviera. Beautiful.
You want? Hey, Smitty.
That color's brutal.
Hey, Smitty. You want to see the you want to see the icy white inside?
That color stinks, though.
You want to see the interior, Smitty? You want to see the interior, Smitty?
That color stinks. Whoa. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Hold on, are you really buying that for real? Like it's coming soon?
I already bought it.
Whoa.
Yeah, the interior is clean, man.
Look at that. Oh, look at the white. Look at the icy white.
Yeah, that's clean.
We got to shoot content in that motherfucker. We got to put a camera in there and do like a JB on the road. Just fucking, that's fire.
Hey.
Does it turn on that?
I don't know any bananas that are gold, but it's not yellow, you fucking idiot.
Coach, that's a rough color, though. That's a rough color outside.
Yeah, I'm probably going to paint it mint green.
All
Want
right.
me to show you the color of what mint green it is?
D. Jones says you got to ride naked in that. Keep the seats clean.
Here's
Jones, you're a weird dude.
Here is the mint green color I'm painting it. Here's the mint green, Smitty.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. Yeah,
with the dice in the mirror that's hanging.
No,
are you gonna have the rims like that too?
No, we're not doing. Huh?
Are you gonna have the rims like that too?
Yeah, I'm changing the tire. I'm putting the wide back tires like that on there. I'm gonna kind of make it like this one. I tried to get this one, but the interior and the motor on this one's fucked. Even though they won 34 grand for this motherfucker, and I was like, hell nah. You guys, the engine was kind of fucked up after doing some research, so I wanted that white interior. I'm just gonna flip the outside. I can get the outside painted because the gold is just a straight sand off primer and paint. There's no body damage on the gold one.
I never knew you were a car guy like that.
Well, my dad had a 63 Riviera. I grew up in one, and some gangsters in high school ran us off the road and totaled it. And then,
jeez,
I always told my dad when he died I'd get another one because he always wanted me to have it. That motherfucker got a 465 in it. That bitch ain't no joke. That Riviera.
I would have liked to have met Coach Brown's father because he seems like one of these guys that you know that white guy in the neighborhood that like Smitty that everyone respects. Like,
yeah, you go up to him. How you doing, Mr. Brown? Yeah,
he was that guy.
Like he would slap the shit out of you if you act stupid. Like
all my boys, all my homies were all they loved them. They called them pops. You know how that is. Yeah. Well, we'll be back Sunday for that Jeff.
Pops, man. That's a dope story. I didn't know that. I didn't know you was getting it. See, me and JB, we're not really friends. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really talk before the show, after the show. So
he doesn't really like you.
Surprised about stuff on the show as everybody else be. So
he actually tells me all the time a bunch of shit about you. He always talks about you.
In a bad way?
Yeah.
All right. By the way,
I don't think he really likes
this, but Taylor Swift.
Oh no, I'm out. See you guys.
Madonna, and Bruce Springsteen said if Trump became president, they would leave.
Good. Fuck off. Go out. Leave. Go away. Shut up. No one cares.
I'm the same way. I'll see you later, Jeff.
You're not going anywhere, Taylor. Shut up.
Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable. I can't do it. Please leave. Go right there with Hamas. Maybe we won't see California holding fucking Chinese communist fucking flags, an American holding a fucking flag of China. Man, I'm fucking.
By the way, if you think that America cares about you, understand this. That place has been a fucking apocalyptic hellhole the last 3 years. And all of a sudden, President Xi's coming. So we say to the drug addicts, hey, drug addict piece of shit, get the fuck out of here. We got to clean this place up. Not for our people that pay taxes, our citizens. For
by the way, nobody knows where those bums are. Nobody knows where those homeless people are.
Let me tell you another thing. President Xi's a fucking scumbag. He's a fucking war criminal. Fuck him. Why are we doing anything for him?
Like, what are we doing?
It's fucking Biden kowtowing to the fucking rest of the world. President Xi's a terrorist. He's a warlord who should be in the fucking Hague and he should be put in prison. Fuck making good with these fucks. That other fucking lunatic, Putin. Why are we making deals with these people? Fuck President Xi and fuck Putin.
You know why? Because Biden has to win the election. It's an election year.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, that's a shame that those poor people in San Francisco have to see that nonsense every day. But
by the way, that proves to you, Jeff, that they can go into Philly and clean that bitch up tomorrow too, and in LA, and in Compton, and in Watts. They can fucking do it, but we won't.
No, in fact, they'll continue to send harmful substances like fentanyl and all this other shit. Yeah, bro, they're trying to kill you.
I've been trying to say it for a while.
It's a shame we allow it. That's the problem.
It is. We either coach it or allow it. Big
Hey,
Smitty,
keep voting
you've been
them in.
allowed to be in a horrible situation all week long. Can't understand you. Can't see you. Can't hear you. Echo. Bad environment. Bad backdrop. Horrible.
Have we seen a house tour or anything?
He
Not
moved
yet.
to the suburbs. He moved to the suburbs, Jeff, and now he thinks he's like too cool and he don't have to really do no work, fix the studio up. You know what I mean? Like,
Come on, Smitty, you always got to put that work in. I mean, I moved and you didn't see the brand new attitude from me.
hey, it's kind of a slap in the face, Jeff, to all the brand. Like, it's kind of a slap, like, I do what I want. You know
So
what I
what
mean?
town did you move to? Like, I don't know any. Like, how far are you away from like LA? Pretty far?
He's in LA.
I'm not technically in LA, but I'm down the street from LA.
Let me ask you, are you suburb to the point where like you come home from work and your wife's got an apron on and she's cooking dinner for you?
I'm still with my people, man. I'm still with my people, man. Listen, I just moved to a brand new condo style apartment, a lot bigger. I went from a real small ass 1 bed, 1 bath the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And thanks to the super chat, shout out to y'all. They donated some money. JB sent it over to me. I had enough money to give me a bigger 2 bed, 2 bath, double the space, big living room. That's why it's an echo right now, because I got a fucking space in here and I gotta fill it up. I gotta get some more furniture. It's a lot I gotta do still.
What would you call the demographics in the neighborhood? Is it more what's it like?
It's older people, but it's still minority. I live in a good, mostly like still heavy minorities, but it's kind of a mixed area because they're gentrifying my location.
Oh, fairly transitional neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah. But they're older. It's quiet and go on my patio. It's just you can hear a mouse piss on a piece of cheese.
Do you have a pool?
I don't have a pool. So that's why I sacrificed. I kind of sacrificed all the amazing so my last spot had it was one of those big ass, 600 unit apartments where you got all the double amenities, but you sacrifice the space. My apartment, I'm telling you, Jeff, it was so small. My studio was in the living room next to the kitchen and the main door. So everything was right here. Now I have
I'll tell you, man, California sounds terrible. I feel like I'd never want to live there.
But the lifestyle, man, me and JB, couple months ago, pulled up to the Pump Brothers event. It's just me, JB, Michael Irvin, Matt Barr. We got
really?
Stuff like that. You just pull up. I'm just saying, it's just down the street, pull up. It's like opportunities all the stuff. I'm always getting called. Big Smitty, come over here and host this event and we'll interview this cat. Everybody's out here. Everything's out here. So when it comes to media, sports, entertainment, for what I do, LA's phenomenal. Not to mention the weather, the food options, all of the beaches. If you're a single man, there's crazy amount of different types of women out here. If you're married, you can look at them. So
community pools are disgusting. I wouldn't want to get in them anyway. So
community pools.
That everyone can go to. Disgusting.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Our community, yeah.
It's worse. It's a jacuzzi though.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it holds fungi. You end up getting fucking man can get UTIs if you guys.
I don't want to be in. I would never get into anything like that.
Hey, do you guys know about the Jeep Rubicon?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
You know about that, Smitty?
No.
Wild transition here, but
right. I don't know.
I got an opportunity to get this Jeep Rubicon right here.
How much fucking money do you have, dude?
I'm just saying, this is a friend of mine.
Send me $5 right now through Venmo, motherfucker. Send me $5.
How much money do you have?
Yourself.
A friend of mine out of state owns the lot, and he has hookups that we do deals for each other. So I'm not paying money. So, do you guys like the Jeep Rubicon? I don't know if I'm a Jeep guy. That's my worry.
I like it because it reminds me of the Bronco. It has a little G-Wagonish to it, and I'm a fan of both those cars, the aesthetics of it. So me personally, I like that. And you're a guy, you have dogs, you got weapons, you need space. You know what I'm saying? So I can see you driving that motherfucker right there.
Hey Ron, I already got a truck.
You have weapons? I didn't know you were a weapon guy, coach.
A what?
You're a weapon guy? I didn't know that.
What do you mean?
Like, do you have any guns in your possession?
Yeah.
JB got big guns, big dogs. He got fucking charcoal. He has shit that you need space. So I'm saying,
as I get older, man, I love guns, man. Like, I want like to blow your fucking head off if you come in my house. Like,
I knocked on JB door the first time. He opened the door with a fucking scope.
Yeah.
I said, whoa, it's Smitty.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, in the line of work I'm in, I got to prepare for that stuff.
Yeah.
Lobsters hate me.
Plus, racist. I don't like Smitty at my door. I pull out and eat. That's what we do on this show. We don't talk to each other at all, but you know, it's a good deal. So no, I got horrible credit, Jada. Actually, I got horrible
Tony.
credit.
Before we go, can I ask you one thing, Coach? Tony is bringing up a good point. Did you see this new trend on TikTok of people essentially siding that they agree with Osama bin Laden? And that America's awful, and that he was actually right in terms of like
they need to be executed live on television. That's what I think. I'm just saying.
Hey, pound that like button, subscribe, man. We got a good weekend ahead of y'all. I gotta go. I got my handyman coming in. My fucking shoulder. I got a neck situation right now. Connects to my shoulder, one to my arm.
Massage time.
I need to go to a chiropractor. Massaging over. I need trigger point. I need heat. I need ice. My shit is. It's like a stinger almost. It's been triggered.
Hey, I know who can help you.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
All right, then y'all, man. Hey, it's been real. Big Smitty, Jeff, JB. Hey, y'all, me and Jimmy got to talk. Thanksgiving next week. I'm off Thursday, Friday at Fox, so I don't know what we doing. We got to talk behind the scenes. Naptown's in the building. I love y'all, man.
Hey, I'm doing it big for Thanksgiving. I'm doing a huge thing, huge spread. I'm deep frying a turkey. I'm smoking a turkey. I'm smoking a ham on the big drum. I'm smoking a prime rib. I'm going to smoke a tri-tip and some ribs. Mac and cheese, my famous mac and cheese. I'm going to make some sweet potatoes my own way. I'm going to do some greens with some green beans and bacon. I'm going to do it all. So anybody out there want to drop $5,000 to come on through? Drop $5,000 super chat. Come on through. I'll fly Jeff out on JetBlue in his own. He has his own shower, his own deal, he'll do his first vlog. Head on over to AQMS. Get you some moving. If you need to move out here to come to the Thanksgiving party, it's 1-888-233-3110. Tell them Coach JB sent you. AQMS, affordable quality moving and storage. Check it out. It helped move Smitty from the hood to the suburbs. So it moved all the bums out of Frisco. AQMS is responsible for all that. Make sure you head on over to AQMS and tell them we sent you. Much love to everybody. Everybody.
I don't want no move.
Sunday, Jeff.
I wouldn't want no mover near my wife. Movers are, they're real men right there. The movers.
Real men.
Yeah.
Hey, you put 50 women on an island and 50 men on an island. Who do you think survive? But yeah, guess what? Women think they're equal. All right, holla at y'all. Peace.
We switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed it, yeah, it's a wrap. We what the games we missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
You are now tuned in to the Coach JB